think first things first, we talked to Val about his conversation.
Yep.
So how did it go?
Why do I have to get put on the spot?
You're the last thing that happened.
Yeah, I know. All right.
You spoke to undead thing. Now we ensure that you are not undead thing.
I poked him.
I don't think I'm undead, but I'd like to check. Feel free.
You just put the censer bearer on your head. As long as you don't burn, you're fine.
Oh.
Wait.
Do I burn? Do I have to do a luck roll to see if I burn?
Unless you're unholy, you're fine. David.
David?
David?
I should be fine.
Oh, that is not an acceptable answer, my dude.
I'm not unholy, nor am I holy.
Are you?
What?
Are you gonna,
What?
You can read him.
What is your question?
Him a few times, Em.
What is your question?
He's not undead.
You're
I am not undead.
okay.
Is that all
Yes,
it does?
he's
Yeah,
being like, "Ooh, I'm not good. I'm
You,
bad."
Astrid, you
Stop.
literally have the ability to sense whether or not there is
Yeah,
an
but I have to
undead
activate
around.
it.
Yes.
We have the time. You can check to see if I am undead. I am not.
I can also do.
I was gonna believe
Look, while you talk, I can just cast Identify on him too, and see if he's affected by any spells or anything.
Well, that's two different things. That leads to a very different plot point once you use that, possibly.
Well, he's talking. We don't have to. You can do your Detect Undead.
No.
He smells the same as he always smells, and I can't really smell much beyond my cloak, anyways. So,
Hold on,
yeah,
let
the cloak
me
does.
check one thing.
Again, as long as he doesn't burn against the censer, that is step one. Step two.
So Thos asked me to lead the delegation once the other delegation arrives. There's two of us.
Okay.
why are
and
you running?
he asked-
Why does he want you to run it?
Apparently, just spoke up earlier.
What about him?
He is going to present. So I am not lead. He doesn't want us / me to lead the conversation, and greet them and everything. That it's more of a once we have the audience with them in the Great Hall, once they've arrived and all the pleasantries, they royal. Once they are in the Great Hall, are set on handling the matter at hand. He asked that I present the finding we've had so far, and then we would need to notes. Do
Can I ask a question?
yeah, of course. What's up?
So about the body, about the victim that we
The
discovered,
body.
which Alex been keeping it alive in the magic pouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know the
don't.
injury or the damage him sustained? Is it curse or poison?
He doesn't have a tongue. He seems
poison
traumatized
damage.
otherwise.
The poison damage has been dealt with. The mental trauma takes more than just a spell.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I would just.
So I assume we pulled him out of, or we just have the hole open and he's just in it, but it's open while we're sitting.
Yeah, if we're just in the room,
Because I have an
just open or
item that
whatever.
can lift any curse, but I don't know if it will help with the situation. So this is why I asked the question. But never mind.
He's
I mean,
unfortunately blinded and has no tongue, so.
well, in that case, then
Yeah.
it doesn't sound like a curse.
No, it is raw physical damage. And time, perhaps I can heal it, but it will take time.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, however soon he can recover, I don't think we will have the time tomorrow morning until tomorrow morning. in
I
time
do
for
have one more thing up my sleeve if we need to secure him for any reason, but I only have 2 more spell slots for second level spell slots. I have arcane lock on hand, by the way, so if we need to
Mm,
like leave him in the room, we can lock him in here ourselves or lock him in a room and he will be secured. But we are in a place with a lot of magic users, so if they find it and they go through the same methods I would go through on the magic side, they would probably just dispel it eventually.
mm,
So
okay.
Theoretically, if we resolve this, he won't need to be.
I know, but I'm just trying to think of an alternative of him being in the bag, or I mean in the hole all the time.
Mm.
If we want to leave him somewhere, we can leave him somewhere secure, and that would be the way to secure him.
But we would have to. There's only like one entrance and one exit. Like our 2.
Right, we can pick the room, and then I magically bind the lock.
Okay.
So that is all he said.
Yeah, he's asking us to trust him. That he'll.
It's just the blankest look of like, really.
LOL.
Well, we didn't trust him anyways.
Like, yeah, we only had so much to begin with, but it's.
We need to go to the rooms of those who were murdered. Perhaps they were killed for a reason. Perhaps there were hints there. We have not.
Okay, so how
searched.
many? How many is? It's Titted, which we were just in with the room of the Oracle room.
Yeah, but that wasn't their room.
That's not their.
Oh,
room.
you're saying they're resting quarters? Okay.
Correct.
So Titted, Umric.
Ulrich's the only room we haven't
yeah.
actually we haven't explored his room. We actually don't know where he was murdered.
True. No, wasn't it by the?
No, he was murdered
Really?
off I want to say off screen. Off
Oh
stage.
yeah,
we
we
were
were told that he was murdered and we weren't around and we never found his body.
yeah. So we went back to the area, but it wasn't, as far as we could tell, it wasn't where the Pix was held, anyways. So it could have been a number of different places, but possibly his living quarters or possibly somewhere else. But we never confirmed that, nor we were told a lot of the details.
Well, we have one who could help us. The small child whom keeps her head down. She likely knows where everyone's rooms are since we followed her as she gave them all food.
Hmm.
It is time that we pay attention to those who we are supposed to be defending. We've already learned that lesson, have we not? Let us
So-
remember it.
She here?
We would have to ask. Might have escorted me back. I wasn't.
We could
Was.
probably find her.
Yeah, I would say find probably where we whole no DM in our.
We also have the strange vial, and while the vial's contents are not useful, what it's made of is. We have not asked her if she recognizes the vial. That's another point. That might also give us a direction. We don't have a whole lot of time, so we need to be judicious in what we do. So it's time for us to be more proactive rather than hiding. They're going to think that we're guilty anyways. They've been very clear about that.
When
We
you're
were guilty
when you're
since we walked in
discussing the
the door.
contents of vials, you're referring to the tar that we discovered, right?
No,
the
this is
condoms
the
The one found in
vial.
the pool.
Yeah, this is the vial that Liam pulled out of the Oracle.
Okay.
I don't. It's just a fancy vial, so we don't know what was originally in it. I don't recognize it.
The tar is also a clue, which we have a sample of, which we can point out was used to murder someone, and that is not a common item. So where are we getting hints now? We just
Sure.
have to track that down.
Best case scenario, one of them tried to kill us in front of everybody. That would be really helpful in narrowing it down.
An excuse. I very much wish they would give me an excuse.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm agreeing with you. It would be simple, because then I have an excuse.
It's hard to tell if you're agreeing with me when you growl at me.
Let
It
me
is a
put you in a place where your very essence is being polluted by everything you hate, and then we'll see how calm you are.
It is a rare thing to see you reacting to the situation this vividly.
I'm surrounded by undead filth.
We understand. I'm just making an observation. That's just what I'm saying.
Paladin, and kind of like for backup on this one.
I just think of it as filth, and we just move on. It's like a normal Tuesday for me.
You have very strange weekdays.
Have you smelled my cloak?
I'm trying not to.
Hmm.
I'm trying to see if I have any spells that would help here.
All right.
My
enough
my
with
best
bickering.
my best
So
thing for the crew would be like the arcane lock was something that I forgot that I had on person. I'm sorry, Terry, to cut you off. I didn't mean to. Go ahead.
so are we able to go to the God? You guys just talked about it. The person that was murdered behind scene that we didn't get to investigate.
Umric?
Yeah, can we go to? Do we know where he was murdered?
No. We can
That's
find out probably. We have a few people
Mhm.
that are at least talking to us, and enough people at this point know we're wandering the castle less locked up than they think we are. So
Okay.
you know,
think
it's like a rich person's home and rest. So whatever.
We found a vial. We have a victims on hand. We have the tar as the trace of evidence.
For the specific murder.
Well, yeah, for one of the murders. We know the servant told us who was involved, who was behind it, but she wouldn't. Wait, she did say that if we convince, if we were able to persuade somebody at to attend the gathering, then she will stand out and gave her testimony, right?
yeah, but we haven't seen her, have we?
She just led me to Thune's office.
No. I keep
Oh,
wanting to
Ilmot?
call her Judy, but it's not.
Ilmot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's been missing for a bit. I'm not sure what that means, but
She talked to us.
Okay,
once.
not
at least
recently.
and it assuming she's
Yeah.
assuming she's still being missing when the gathering begins, then at least we can I mean, she will be one of the potential suspect because she's not even at the meeting.
Well, we can't assume anything at this point. Unfortunately, I think knowing she's possibly complicit and possibly behind this is something that we were kind of blindsided to because we just assume, based on her aloofness, she
Mm-hmm.
must not have been. We kind of underestimated her, but according to other people, it makes it sound like she is the one behind all of this. So if that's to be taken at,
But perhaps her chambers should also be explored.
Yeah, I think I would suggest we start with her chamber.
I'm gonna ask a dumb question, but this is outside of the game, but just in general to the what we've seen in the area, in particular because we've only really explored the keep. Have we seen any other rooms of interest? Because like we were like, hey, here's living quarters, here's the secret passageway that goes through all these stuff, and here's the main hall stuff, right? We haven't seen like any other points of interest in the keep, have
Well,
we?
I mean, there was all the buildings in the surrounding courtyard.
Right, but we don't know what those are. And I was thinking
Correct.
inside of the main keep right now because that's the whole building. That's the main thing we've been in, and I'm trying not to go.
Yeah.
knock
I think
on
the
doors.
answer is no, and I think that right now it's because like Viva's set it up as we should have pretty much everything that
Right. So I'm
we
trying
need.
to.
He doesn't want us to go dungeon crawling. So like if it's not something that already stands out in our mind or two, then I don't think we would need to go to
All right. So
explicitly.
in that regards, let's go back to the second murder because that's the thing we never investigated, and it was a triggering moment for like Act 2 essentially, right?
Mhm.
And we should go there, see what we can see, if there's any hints on how they were killed, who did it, that plot points or stuff like that. We should do it there. That because that's the we can go knock on people's living quarter doors, but unless they have a note saying why I did why I committed murder out sitting out on their desk, I don't know if it's really going to make a lot of sense. But I think at least doing that makes the most sense in terms of what we have, like what we know we're missing.
It's less the I did the murder and more if we find other vials like that, if we find the poison or anything else.
I know. I'm just trying to.
I understand.
think of-
So the plan of attack would be second murder, the murdered bedroom, and I think we should do her area lab.
Her chamber as
if
well.
we
yeah.
haven't found something of substance at that point, because one might be there, two, she's the only one we haven't interacted with that might still think we're locked up. So she might go on the offensive if we just walk in on her room and she's in there, kind of a thing.
Right,
then so we'll see if we need to go in there.
Then we already decided the order of the visits. So let's let Viva know, and so we can start this.
Did did you need to cast any stuff?
No. Not at the moment, at least.
We don't need to go invisible, right?
No. I was asking Astrid if she's casting anything for.
I mean, I still have all 4 divine senses if we want to do that.
What would your divine senses do? Detect?
Anything affected by the hollow spell, celestial fiend, undead with feet. That is not behind total cover.
What it would do is much like what my spell did. It would help sense where people are so we can avoid them.
So maybe we do that once we get to.
That's if we think Val has been replaced by something.
Right.
When we're moving around.
Have I been replaced by something?
Do you remember
I
what happened to
understand
this?
your party stories. Wouldn't be the first time.
Listen, that was like 8 months of planning. So like,
I don't.
You're
think
not
he's-
helping.
I leave it up like this,
That's
but I say I
surprising.
don't think he's been replaced.
oh, if we're talking about in game, like it was the years of planning, but like out of game, it was like 8 months.
Either way, still the same answer.
Like, in game, it was like
All in this case.
like 5 years on the material plane, but like 30 for Val himself, just because of time and plane hopping. So like, yeah, no, it wasn't that. It was like 8 months out of the game.
But that's why I was asking you as like I'm asking you as a question, like, do you remember what happened with this? And that was the answer.
That yeah, fuck you. I mean, yes, I still feel bad about that. I don't know.
Do you though?
Do
you really?
I did get tortured. You're alive. It's
I mean, it's.
You have a cool arm now, and you always have like a stabbing knife with you.
I don't think you're helping, so let's move forward.
Let's just move on. Yeah.
All right. Do you want to call Viva back?
Someone ping him.
Got it.
Very hard for us to move the thing forward if we don't. Technically, we need him.
What?
Kind of weird. Also, just called running a book.
Okay.
We have a plan of attack.
Hopefully.
No, we have a plan.
No.
No, we
Whether
have.
it's a good plan.
Just, like we hope the plan will bear fruit at the end of it.
So,
Question.
We'll make it work.
Do I need to ask our characters questions, or are we already
We're
playing
already
the
streaming.
game? We're already in.
We're all up
We've
in
been
it.
streaming for about 10 minutes. 20
we
minutes.
even role played. It was weird.
All right, so you guys introduced the game to me like I'm a player, and let me know where we're at.
We
Roll
found the
for
murderer.
initiative.
Welcome back.
We've already solved it all. They gave us
They
all
did it.
of the gold in Thay, and
They're now
we
no longer
each have
necromancers.
a pet metallic dragon.
Gotcha. All right, so DM hat on. It's my turn to tell you guys that all the gold in Thay is cursed.
What else is new?
Yeah, it burns like molten lava in your pockets. Now you guys' legs are seared. It is incurable.
The church, you're fine.
Ouch.
Astrid's immune to that.
God
Oh,
damn.
yeah.
Your
No,
armor,
I'm-
isn't it?
No, I'm resistant.
All right,
Yeah,
yours.
she doesn't have fireproof pockets. They're still female pockets.
She doesn't have pockets. Much like the
Female
real
pocket
world.
is no pocket.
Hey, look, this may be a fantasy game, but we're not gonna go crazy, okay?
we can't make up
She
too
doesn't-
much. Like it has to.
Yeah.
Wait,
We
wait,
still
wait.
have to be
I
grounded
am
in some
physics
sort of
still
realism.
canon
I
in
drew
this
pockets
game.
specifically, so fuck you guys.
Physics still canon.
We already
Science is
said science is canon. No pockets for Astrid.
Sorry.
Okay.
Checks
All
out.
right.
Checks out.
Oh man.
Yeah, I guess welcome back to me to M&A&D&D episode 108. Who done it? Maybe they figured
Yeah,
it
who
out.
done it?
Are you guys backing up in your room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What time of day is it?
Come back to after the meeting, and we discuss what our.
We do have one question.
Uh-huh.
What is
Or nobody.
nobody? Did nobody came back with him, or is she gone?
The little girl.
No, she had left, escorted him to Thostarok, and then left him, and then had left him there.
Okay.
I believe this is your room.
No, I think it's. Is it one floor up from that? Because we had windows.
It's fine. We've been using this room for a while. Let's just move on.
All right, fine. Sorry.
We were in
Okay.
our room.
Technically, we were one up one, but I didn't want to say anything last time, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, because then I put the
You
dude in
flipped
there.
it, so it's fine.
Don't mind.
Gotcha.
It's a room.
Alrighty, so you guys kind of gather into this large room that you guys have been accustomed to being in for the last. This will be your third night, I believe, here. You guys, I guess you guys kind of feel like the energy in the air. There's a little bit of bustle to the keep as they prepare for the enclave to arrive. The morning kind of sets through the windows, and it's this like burgundy red that kind of burns through the ash. You would like to say it illuminates the room, but it just kind of seems like as it kind of dances across the room, it seems like the dying embers of a fire that's about spent its course.
What was the first item on our list, guys?
We gotta go. We want to go visit the second murder's crime scene.
Not of Red Rum and so forth, but the other guy.
Udbrick or Ud. Fuck, I already messed it.
Ubrick. So again, let me give you the full rundown. We want to go check out that murder, see if we can learn anything.
Because we never investigated before.
If we can, we'd like to have nobody with us or to help direct us if possible. If not, that's fine too. Then we want to go check out Ubrick's room. And lastly, Judy from Bossing whatever her name is.
Don't
We
worry.
go check out her room because in case she's there and there's combat, we figure we should go there last.
Okay.
So that is our plan. It is information gathering and hopefully striking
Right,
pay
so-
attention, not dying.
What the hell?
What the hell?
I don't know what the hell.
That was not supposed to be for you, David. What the hell?
I was
What happened?
following instructions.
Like, what the hell did David? Okay. That was for Ben.
Oh.
So there's a way to just roll specifically just to me.
Yeah, I tried, and I did not hit the right button.
Okay.
So,
Oh
well.
Okay, so sorry. So what was it that you guys are doing first?
Going to the second murder site.
Mm-hmm.
The one we
Second.
have.
So the first be the bloodbath. The second would be
The second was
Keeper of the
Umeric.
picks.
Umeric's at the pick.
Was he at the pick?
We
'Cause-
never confirmed that he was at the pick. 'Cause we were
And I'm not.
already
Yeah, I'm
there.
Was
not
he
saying that was
murdered
wrong. I'm just saying like we don't know because
He
we
was
did not-
he was in charge of the
he was in
pick.
charge of it,
Mhm.
and we heard about that murder when we came back into our room, and we were
Got
in the
lockdowned.
room, and somebody came in. So it wasn't when like they discovered us coming back in the room. It was when we were in the room. We were in the stairs, heard the alarm, ran back into the room. Then they came in and were like, "This guy's dead."
Yeah.
And
So you guys don't know where.
Exactly.
We don't know
Yeah,
where
you
he
guys.
was.
We have no idea where that second murder happened, and so we've never investigated it. So
Yeah,
that
because
kind of
that's kind of
kicked
where
off the
everything
second act of
fell
the
apart.
situation. So we figured we probably should go back to that.
So that's what we see if nobody knew, if we could find her.
Okay. I think the last time you had seen her, I mean, generally where you guys had seen her was in the kitchen. So
Now to the kitchens we go again, apparently.
Yeah, I guess we'll head that way.
yeah, and let me just make sure. Kind of got everybody out here, and we all see this, right?
Yep.
And okay, so you guys head down to the inner ward through the keep and position yourself outside of the kitchen. Again, there's kind of this bustling in and out, in and out, in and out. These doors kind of just swing on a hinge as these kind of just beleaguered and battered humans will just walk to and fro as fast as they can, always kind of seem panic and distraught as I think their lot in life here is probably not the most favorable. Carrying just kind of all manner of platters. None of the food looks appealing, as you're accustomed to seeing in a place like this. Maybe on the Sword Coast, what looks like they're getting passed around in dishes smell putrid and often looks like just mounds of intestines. It's hard for you guys to kind of take a look at that and think any of it looks appealing except for maybe Darfarius.
Well, we have to stop someone to ask where she is.
Yeah. So you just stop randomly when you see a kind of another smaller girl who not necessarily carrying anything, but I think you guys would have stopped her to kind of ask her if she was familiar, and she's reluctant to talk to you at all. But surrounded by a handful of grown-ups in a place she knows, to at least if she gives you some information, you'll leave her alone. And so she just tells you that the last time she had seen the gal you're looking for, She was taking some food to Ilmich.
Oh,
Do we
Well,
change our plan?
I can
Well,
cast.
we got-
When we're in
we
range,
gotta
I can
intercept the
cast
girl.
I can cast message in that general direction and see if she responds.
Well, then I will ask the other question, and then if she has any wounds or anything else, I will happily use a spell slot to hurt her or help her, not hurt her, heal her. There's the word I'm looking for. Awkward.
That took a turn.
Going to
Even
punch her in the
worse.
face.
Basically, in case we can't find the gal we're looking for, who hopefully we can get her name at some point, does she know where that murder, happened?
And we're Ilmix.
Because I'm assuming a lot of the staff probably knows a lot more than we realize.
Just ask where Ilmok's room is and head that way.
Well, we also want to know where the murder is.
Don't we kind of already know where it is? Because we saw the food dropped off and stuff, so can't we kind of guess? Like, I have a general direction. I can kind of point in that direction and cast message.
Oh, when we were following her the night before.
Mm-hmm.
Was she in that same row?
She wasn't in the same room. We went to. She dropped off multiple
Row,
things of food.
sorry.
So I can summarize that like she's in a
But
certain
if she
direction.
had already
'cause-
brought her food, why would she have gone to take her food?
It's a setup.
Let me just cast sending real quick and see if she or not sending a message real quick and see if she responds. So I'll take out a piece of copper wire and speak into it. We heard you're going to Elmerich's room. Are you okay?
You hear a little voice respond, "Piss off."
She's fine.
Checks out.
But we still want to intercept her, right? I mean, if we sense that she's going to a trap or something.
I was just told to piss off, so she either knows what she's doing, or if we go to intercept her, we're just gonna make it seem worse.
Okay, well,
Okay,
now
right.
now she's
Let's go.
doesn't know that we're asking for her help. Fine.
Do you know where the Earth Up? I can never get this name right. Apparently, whichever one we're looking for, I will ask the little girl before we let her go. Does she know where that murder happened?
Or where his quarters are.
Well, that's gonna be the
Right.
follow-up question.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No. You're asking great questions. I'm just like, here's the order of information.
Well, he had been found tossed from the tower. And they found his body below the tower, and she kind of points back up over the giant keep to your guys's. Let's say kind of this way.
Would you say that he looked like he fell from his own window or from another side of the tower?
I didn't see him. What I heard is that the fall should have done that much damage.
Mm.
And then she just takes off kind of running with the plate.
I don't think it's just something to go with.
It sounds like the body might be dead before it even,
Yes.
fell.
Unsurprisingly, there is more to this than meets the eye.
Is the tower they're pointing at the same tower we've been traversing up and down? On
No,
the floors.
we did. The very top of it has two whites manning like ballistas.
Right, but we
We, like,
never
poke
gone
our
further
head
up
up.
there, and we only went up
Think
there
you
the
guys-
first time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we
guys
poked
kind
our head
of.
up, and there's two whites at the very top manning ballistas.
Yeah, but we
We
never.
went up the first day and like looked around, and that's what we saw.
That was before he died,
Okay,
Correct.
yes, that's true.
and we haven't gone back since. We never had a reason to. So we can go back again. We can take care of 2 rights if we had to, or hear me out. I can show them a magic trick.
That sounds like it's gonna go horribly wrong.
All right, let's just go up there. Let's go check it out.
Yeah, let's go check it out, please. Let's just stick to the plan.
No more pulling
Right.
random shit out of a.
So you know my magic trick.
It's that, or you disappear in a cloud of farts.
Look, all right.
You have a hat?
One with magics. We don't talk about the magic trick.
All right, so you guys can kind of move your.
All right, so we're going over here.
Yes, we are for once trying to use a little bit of sense.
So
We'll see how-
it's the layer above. It's the one above this one because it didn't have the rooms. If I remember correctly,
Let's see.
it would have been this one
Okay.
because this is the top
Muted.
floor, and then
Would there be like the top of a tower, like one more level up?
I'm just saying that this is the map we used before, and that's why those guys are there.
Okay.
So this is where the ballistas were. So if we're just gaming it out,
Wait, they discovered he was thrown out of the tower. Then where do they keep their body? The body. Do we know that?
For the morgue. The body is kept in the morgue. They mentioned that the reason that one of the reasons why this delegation today is nobody else here had the ability to speak to the dead to figure out what was going on. Thus, this delegation is here to also investigate that, and they kept the body in the morgue, or all of the murdered bodies in the morgue, to talk to them. We haven't found, nor do we have the ability. Like, as far as I understood it, we didn't have the ability to talk to them. So all of
Okay.
their bodies are down in the morgue. That was next to the pics. It was on like the not secret side of the pics. Hidden doors.
Okay. Let's go investigate.
There's a secret tunnel to get to the pics, and then there's a secret door because it's in the basement. And Liam and Vommel were down there initially, and
on
you
the
guys walked
bottom
past.
yeah,
Yeah, you guys walked past the morgue, and the pics is on the other side of the morgue, like on the other side of the wall.
There's a lot of shit down there, but yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. All right.
Well, we have a plan. Let's stick to the plan, or else we will never get anywhere.
Okay.
Go.
All right, so you guys creep up the to the top of the tower, and you feel this like warm wind blow across you. You kind of seemingly be like smattered with ash as you enter the top of this tower. Of course, in front of you would be two whites who seemingly just kind of like staring off into the horizon as they guard.
Do they notice us yet?
Yeah, I was about to. Do they react?
I would say let's.
Are they
you guys
close
just,
to each other?
what's the map here? I'd say you guys just roll a stealth, and we can kind of.
Goody.
I
Okay.
mean, if you guys roll a group stealth, I can have an idea of.
Group stealth. Then who
Just-
has the? I got +6
No, just
stealth.
no. It means roll, and we're gonna get. It's gonna change based on how we all do.
Like an average.
Okay.
Whew, thank God.
Whee!
Killing it.
Oh,
Well,
man.
you are a paladin, so
What? Sorry, guys. What's their passive perception usually under?
Wisdom.
Another wisdom.
All right, so it looks like everybody but Ash should rolled above their passive perception. So you guys make it up there without really they seem to be kind of, checked out. As you guys climb to the top of this, currently they don't notice you guys. Notice you peoples.
Clearly the gods are with us.
All right, so we're above them, or we're in the same level as them?
Same level as them.
Do we want to get rid of them?
So they stand.
I'll just
There's
say-
the stone that goes like this all the way around, and they're just kind of standing at it, looking out.
I feel like try to get our higher. Do a quick investigation.
David, you're breaking up, so lean closer into the mic.
So I
You
feel like
you have your mic on an arm, right?
Yeah, it's right
So
here.
I would just pull it out towards
All
you.
right.
So you always like to lean back. You kind of bounce around.
I feel like if we try to take them out, it's just going to make us look way more guilty than we already do.
I know.
So just do a quick, like Liam, go do a quick investigation around and see if you find anything, and if not, we got to get out. Let's just get out of here.
All right, just give me a second. I won't make a sound, and I'll just.
I can cast silence on this whole area.
I don't make noise with my boots.
The rest of you might.
Well, you
Your
said
fiddle.
just me.
The rest of you might. Your feet don't make sound. You still have a billowing cape of.
No, I don't have a billowing
Flapping.
cape. Someone else has that.
I don't let mine billow.
Mine naturally
Too
does
old
it, but
for
doesn't.
that.
Just
The
I'm
mole-
fine. Just let me. If you want me to just do it solo, I'll do it in a solo investigation. I'm not.
Vamul actually does a quiet blessing. Have guidance.
Thanks. All right, I'll go ahead and do investigation. I'll add a D4.
He's praying for your very mortal.
I guess I'll use it. I'll throw the D4 on there to 31. Just
Yeah.
Do you want a 35? I mean, it's not a natural 20, but
some of your suspicions had been, as you had you been climbing, you had made some assumptions because of things that you saw as you had climbed up. When you were here, it kind of solidified as your investigation, as you kind of creep behind them, and you notice there had been what looks like it wasn't blood. At first I thought maybe it was even some kind of fungus that grew here, or some kind of putrid water that the whites had drinking. But as you kind of take a look, you notice that you've seen this up the winding stairwell up to here, and it is this kind of regurgitation. Some kind of it looked like there's pock marks in it that this was kind of bubbling and frothing at some point, with a little purple hue to it. But now it's kind of swept over by the ash. But you see that it kind of all leads to one of the precipices, one of the points of this that is in between the whites who are standing kind of on both sides of this.
You're talking about the liquid, the mysterious liquid track was that character?
It sounds more like it would have been leftover like puke or vomit from being poisoned by the purple worm poison.
Okay.
Based on the description. That's where my mind is at. It sounds like there was a small trail leading over the precipice, like over the edge.
Yep. Leading bits of it kind of leading up the winding staircase, and then a trail of it leading to one of the sides. And of course,
he was poisoned, carried up here, and then dumped over the edge.
Or he was dead before, and tumbled over. He was dead before he hit the ground.
But either
It'd be
way,
quite amazing for us to do this since we weren't here.
Sure, but what did? Okay, so I'm telling everyone this, and then we're kind of talking away from the rates.
So guys, what do you think?
Hey guys, no way!
I got a theory.
I know.
I'm just sitting next to one of them.
Here,
where
hold
do
it.
you? Yeah. Could you scoop this up for me real quick?
Huh?
when where would he have gotten? He would have gotten the poison I threw his food, and unfortunately, we kind of know who most likely gives them their food. So it's either in the Great Hall or directly to the room service style.
Does it have to be through food?
I don't know.
Food
Does
or
it?
drink, but yeah, it looks like it was. My guess is he was digested it. It's the way I would have done it.
Because
Mm.
we didn't see anything before we got up here, which means
So there was some remnants of the same stuff leading up where we are. Stair. Does that go far enough back for us to like find like
Yeah.
origin of that track, or
Okay, so I guess the question you're asking is how far back
He start
had
barking.
you seen it? All right,
for
so
this specific instance?
yeah.
And did we see like a spilt chalice or like a fallen over plate, like a couple feet back along the way, something that looks out of place, like up the stairs or something like that? Because I'm assuming he's not just taking swigs out of like a vial.
Yeah, so I would say you guys kind of start heading down that spiral staircase, trying to kind of like as you investigate, you guys are swirling down. You go down to the floor where your room is, and you lose all sight of this. You guys kind of circle back up one floor, and um, and it seems like the concentration would have led to this room here.
Wait, ping it again. This one.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I guess I know where we're going.
Well, I mean, we've already been in this room, and
Did we find a secret passage? Could he have come through there? If
I
this
mean,
is where
we're on the other side of the secret passage, right? To this
Yeah,
room.
essentially, this vial stops at the door that would have led to this room.
And this room, to be clear, is the room of the vampire. So whatever the fuck his name is.
Greg?
Yeah.
Yeah. Zorngul.
Zongor. So Zorn's on the other side of this room, if he's home, and
He's home?
I mean we could we can investigate it and see if he's there, and if he's not, we can do a quick check of his room.
Yeah, go ahead. So you have a door. We'll need a stealth check to open it.
Do we want to knock first, or are we
You
supposed to open
guys,
the door, guys?
I don't know. Are we being stealthy or what?
So he is aware of what we are doing. He's asked us to find proof. So it would seem odd to me if he was truly the culprit or if he was being framed.
Yeah.
Now,
But we're gonna walk into his room. Do we want to knock, or do we want to go in stealthy? I assume we just knock and open the door.
I believe at this point, knocking, because if he is there, we stumble in. I don't know. Then we lose all hope of being subtle.
Right, and he also does not like me.
It's kind of par for the course.
That's true, and very few people have ever liked me. I'll go ahead and knock. Do I? And then if I'll wait a second, and then
you hear the knock. You just hear this like beleaguered M&A come in.
open the door. Hi, Zorn. we were actually investigating Uldrich's murder because it occurred to us we don't know anything about it. We found this trail here, and it looks like it doesn't go any further down the stairwell. So the only place it would have come from would have been your room. Did you and Uldrich see each other before he died, or would he have any reason to be in your room?
First of all, you notice that the windows are all shuttered. As the rising sun had, you see him a little bit more beleaguered and kind of worn down. If I'm to assume what you're asking me is, did I murder the keeper of the Pix in the keep that I wish to someday lord over? The once weapon that we have to protect us from outsiders, which I can get nowhere near. No, I did not see him that day. But this wretched filth that you speak of, and I did notice it. I prefer to keep a tidier space. And the day of a murder, I had seen something in here that I thought was foul and disgusting. I punished one of the maidens from the kitchen, assuming they had made a mess of my meals. I believe I owe an apology, or at least I would have. If she hadn't been so tasty. But regardless,
What was the item or thing you found? Because that likely was.
I was just filth. It was just
Oh, it was
disgusting.
just filth and disgusting.
I had them clean this room spotless.
Did you
Generous
find?
started in the hall. Look, I don't concern myself with the disgusting habits. Have you seen some of the food that these rites eat? Sometimes I assume that they take it up to the tower to feed those idiots that stand watch.
So it came through your room and to the outside your room.
Yeah.
Uldrich would have stumbled through your room and then gone through the passageway to upstairs.
Why would Uldrich have left that?
Well, our information has told us that Uldrich was found fallen from the tower, which would have been up there, and again, what it looks like is like that mess was caused by him. So why would he have gone through your room to go this way rather than go through another?
For the sake of clarity, please.
He was poisoned by the
Yeah.
same poison we found by the others.
So what proof is this? Again, I've asked you to keep me up to date. If you want to prove your innocence and let me know who the...
We believe we found someone had stolen from down below purple worm poisoned. We found a vial mislabeled, and we found the missing label discarded in the corner. And we can show them what we found at that. We had the antidote in case someone was going to use it actively for anything else, and but that's what we think.
Maybe I should hold on to that antidote.
You can hold on to the antidote if you want.
Yes. If I'm at risk of getting poisoned, I would like the antidote.
Can vampires be poisoned?
I don't want to find out.
Can I do like a survival check to see if I know enough about vampires to see if they would be able to be poisoned?
I'm doing
Actually, Valen would like to do it too.
I will do an insight check on our dear grouchy vampire.
He's a grouchy vampire. That's all I'm getting from him.
I get. But in case he seems surprised at what we found, or if there's some inner knowledge, because I have not ruled him out as a possible person who is doing this. Not that I can roll insight to save my life, but moving on.
Y'all are gonna make me Google.
Just do they have resistance or immunity to poison in their stat block?
He proved to be don't look at stat blocks.
What? What?
They are not immune to poison.
Mm.
The
Let
more
me-
you know.
Dun, dun, dun. Let me take a look here.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, that is poison is not listed.
Mm.
I am immortal of the night, but I can still be stabbed.
But food poisoning may kill me.
Makes a rumbly in the tumbly.
I was gonna say he's gonna be immortal on that toilet.
I'm sorry, I'm just seeing fucking Pee Wee Herman as the vampire and Buffy. Just
Oh
like
my god.
diarrhea shitting in a toilet like he's from Dumb and Dumber. And
And it
That's
sounds like a
amazing.
skit that they would do.
right, like that's
Yeah, I know, right?
that's like perfect. All right,
What
so
we
what's
do
your
in the
guys' plan?
shadows is really funny when they eat human food.
So yeah, he holds his hand out for the antidote.
I'll give him. Someone else has it. I don't think I have it.
I do.
Vomel does.
Pummeled it.
This is gonna be an interesting.
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
If you remember, we've already used the antidote.
Oh,
Hold it.
we.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's all or half.
Oh
So you-
yeah, I forgot we did.
Unless
use it.
unless it explicitly says multiple uses, it's only
Awkward.
same idea as health potions. Like it's a one use.
Yeah. I forgot we had used it.
You know what?
I'm gonna go refill my drink real quick.
Let Pummel say. And again, I know I probably didn't pass that insight roll, but I'm gonna keep trying because I'm gonna watch his face. He will pull out something from his gauntlet, which is the vial which he'll cup in his hand, and just look at the vampire saying, "We already found someone else who was poisoned.
Ooh.
I done it, and red rum, one of which we have saved. And their corpse was mangled, tongue ripped out, eyes removed. You can see while doubt also hangs heavy in our minds. And again, I'm going to see if he reacts, which I know I'll fail the roll, but I'll try, to that information of how we know how the man got just messed up.
And we don't know where he is right now.
Hey, a 14 cent horrible? It's not great. Not great, though.
His in front of you, his face turns to stone, and he says, "And you call that saving him?"
One of them's still alive. We could not get there because we were too busy playing politics.
No, it sounds like you prolonged a horrible, miserable existence. What had been done to him, your description, where was the mercy?
Such wounds can be healed by time by those who are caring enough.
Also,
Life
Right.
is precious.
Explain that. Explain that to him.
I
But
will.
that was the mercy.
Oh.
He grabs the bottle from your hand.
Oh, does he touch that hand? Please let me touches that hand.
It was swift.
Okay.
Is there something you want to do?
Oh no, that's the hand that has the holy symbol from Bahamut. That's that gauntlet.
Question. So what is going to happen?
It's up to you. It's more flavor at this point.
Well,
You'd have
I'm
to
not-
you actually have to do an action to do like
Yeah,
it would have to be like turn
okay,
undead
so that's what I'm asking.
yeah.
Like, okay, yeah, it definitely did, but
No, it's normal playing. Just like just more of like it's faith. That subtle reminder of faith. That's really all I'm trying to do. I'm not actually trying to pick a fight.
okay. But he holds the vial up and he's a little disappointed as he sees just a smidgen left in this bottle. It wasn't.
Well, the poison's been used multiple times too, so we hope that it's
He could have
been used up.
shown mercy and used it all. This is worthless to me. He flicks it back to you. I'm gonna go find him. And I'll show him mercy. And he leaves out through his door, busts it wide open, and he clears. You just see him clear the rights out of the hallway, and they just kind of bustle and follow him as he kind of leaves.
I'm not telling him that I have the guy on me, so that's fine.
Yeah.
What happened?
The guy's in the bag.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
That's what you meant by we don't know where he's at.
That's why I said we don't know where he's at.
I mean, Alex been keeping it alive for the last one session.
Once we all started
I'm just in a corner making your bed real quick. Don't mind the void of the sucking sound that's happening in the corner.
That's maybe the
Oh my
only
god! I fucking forgot that.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the one time we win.
Let me get. Okay, I have to do it because this is the only mention in it. We've been playing for a minute. I need you to roll. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. I need you to roll. I don't know, survival
Sleight of
with
hand.
it. No, survival with advantage.
For what?
He's because you've never once role played that you're still giving him oxygen.
I have been. I've been saying
But-
it along the way.
Have you? I haven't heard it. Okay, because I was gonna say that's fine.
I
That
was kind
you're
of
just
doing it
having-
as a joke because he was in the room and it was just as a joke. But I would have done it like before the race.
No. I'm saying like this whole time have you been making that joke
Yes,
or
I've
He
made.
made it-
yeah?
I've mentioned it multiple times, and I've been making.
Oh,
this joke.
okay. Then never mind. Okay, I thought you had it, and so I was gonna
10
just
minutes.
roll to see. Okay,
And I also,
Okay,
we also,
fine.
you were muted for it. We also discussed before we started. I have a way to secure him, and I realized I have a spell on hand that if we put him somewhere, we can secure him somewhere. But we haven't done that yet. So I'm very well aware that he's in the hole by himself. That I'm just keeping him alive right now. But once we find a place to put him, we have a way to secure him there.
gotcha. That's fine. I
did
had
talk about
completely
it beforehand.
forgotten.
I had not forgotten that part.
Okay,
Yeah,
We can confirm that this time he has not been a heartless bastard.
for this reason.
I just
For this instance, yes.
all right.
I don't think we made a friend, but that's fine. All right. So he's going there, so we know he's distracted.
I guess we can check.
So is
I
he
wouldn't.
going to kill him because he's actually not about like because it's actually a mercy killing, or is he worried that somebody
We'll speak.
I know,
he
right?
thought was dead is not dead?
That was my question.
I still don't think it's him, and I think he's just more upset in the situation than he is anything else. Let's stay on target of what we were trying to do.
Yes,
It looks
let's
like
make
this
sure-
hallway with the rest of the rooms is open. So if we want to, we can see if we can find Uldrich's room, and then find the other room. And can we go look around the hall and see which one? Like, can we remember which room?
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
I'll
stop.
go to-
Head on Liam. Do you see Tar in this room first?
He said he got clean.
Been cleaned.
This
Had
happened
they
after.
clean? Yeah.
Is the murders downstairs happened after? Look around the room very quickly.
Oh, okay. I'll do a quick investigation check.
I will do one as well.
The cleric does not trust anyone here.
That's fine. Can I get advantage if you're doing it as well, David?
I clicked it like 5 seconds ago, and it's
Alright.
still rolling on my screen. Don't worry,
It's fine.
Good work.
The 6 was for every minute it took to roll.
honestly though.
So yeah, between the two of you, you find no.
Okay. I have a way to
No sense.
deduce which room is probably Uldrich's room, or whatever the fuck his name was. Emrich's
Umric.
room. Uldrich was someone else. Umric is which room did not get food or anything put in front of it when we were following nobody before. We had 4 rooms. We stopped in front of X number of rooms. We had one with a hand for the vampire, one with a bottle of food or water, and another one with food or water. So a room that
Then
didn't get,
hours,
huh?
and then
And
there was
then
the
it was
one
ours.
So there's 4 rooms, right? So we would a room.
But she only had 4 trays.
Right. So there was 4 rooms. So one of the rooms where he's dead, which was one of the rooms she skipped, what still looks used would be the one that we need to go to. Do you guys follow?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only
Where
issue,
you dig
only
into your
issue
notes,
is
David?
what the? You never
Dig in-
marked any of this shit.
Dig
on the
dig
back.
into your
None
notes,
of these are marked,
David.
but we
I
can,
have
you
notes
know
we can
keeping.
of the items.
we can deduce what room is most likely his.
Nice.
Because we know which one was the other vampire. We know what room got stuff, so we know what room was most recently now.
One room had a severed arm. One room got a kidney. One room got a bottle, and one room got
it was a severed
a
arm and a
bottle
kidney.
of bowl of soup and a platter of food. The platter of food went to us. There was a severed arm and a kidney, a
Here.
bottle, and a soup bowl.
Yeah, so we don't go to the bottle or a soup bowl. We need to go to any room that didn't have anything put in front of it that looks relatively untouched, and it wasn't the other vampire's room. Because I think this
This is the only vampire that's alive.
I know, but that was the other room that would have been used before.
Oh. Yeah, because we've been in Yeth's room, so we know it's not that.
Right. And so we
We
can
could just start
Actually,
walking
So
down the
just so
hallway.
you guys know, Yeth's room was down. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
whoever
know.
just
I
was
know.
over
It
here.
was this one. It
Okay.
was the one below. But like I was pointing, saying like it was the one below this one. But so if we have food here, food here, food here, so 1, 2, 3, or 4.
The number
will
of
be
rooms
options.
don't.
I know.
Gotcha.
I'm just saying
Because I fucked it up. Okay. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Um,
But we can also say which one's also like some of these might be empty, but which one's also been like recently looks like it's been used but didn't get any food. So likely means it's his room.
Yeah, because if they got served today, he's been dead since.
Yeah.
Mhm,
So,
mhm.
so which one is it, Viva?
Whichever
mean,
room doesn't have.
Are you guys just gonna step out on the hallway and do like an investigation check?
I can do that.
Would have been my first.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was
Yeah.
just trying to give you the.
Alex was asking
rationale.
because he was trying to figure out which room it was.
I was
but,
trying to
like,
use
the intent was he's
reasoning
gonna
to
walk
like
outside.
say like we should hopefully have a good idea of which one it is.
You step out of the hallway, and there is a plate here. This door doesn't exist because I fucked up. We're on the wrong floor,
Who cares?
so that door doesn't exist. There's a platter sitting outside of this one. There is nothing sitting out of this one.
In
And
the corner, there may be something here.
so you can see across. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah.
so you know,
This is
because this is open. So you actually see a platter of food here. But as you're kind of taking a look around too, you also see, real distinctly, this is a high investigation roll. So you do see little bits of that same bile,
Oh,
and it leads this way, and it leads this way. And there's also no food in front of this door.
Okay, so it led to both. They led around the corner to this door down here where there's no food in front of it.
Let's say it stops here,
Uh-huh.
and then neither of these doors have food in front of them.
All right, let's try door number 1, then we'll try door number 2. Sound good to everybody?
Sure.
Mhm.
Mhm.
All right. I'll check to see if it's locked and trapped and
Doors unlocked.
walk through it. Carefully.
What you guys encounter is a room kind of stripped of all like fine fabrics and stuff that you had seen in Gald's room. But this one is the walls are covered in bookshelves containing vials and potions, and you know, you see glass containers with looks like maybe pieces of bone and fragments of stones and rocks. You see all sorts of oddities kind of like pinned to the walls, and then just kind of like a simple bed. This room seems kind of dusty and murky at this point, and
Hey,
empty.
Hey, big guy, can I get another one of those blessings so I just want to look around here real quick.
I can give you an inspiration.
Also not a bad idea, but
Yeah, let's do both.
may Bahamut ensure that you do not mess this up again.
Wow.
I think I have
The
negative.
cleric is over the shit.
And I basically put my hand on God damn it. I can't
Liam.
realize. Put on Liam's name shoulder saying that just do a good job this time. And then give it a bless give it a inspiration.
Okay. At a character check-in, you're doing fine, Alex. Please know that the longer Vamil's in this area, the grouchier he becomes. It's nothing about you. Or what
I
you're
wanted
doing.
inspiration, not to be burned.
Like,
Does all the equipment on the shelving and everything, does it all look like alchemy equipment?
yeah, for the most part. Like
I got a
it's
34.
it's useless in
Wow,
terms
nice.
of things you guys can scavenge and use, but it seems
I'm
like
trying to see if it's alchemy equipment because we were told that Umric was an alchemist.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can see like these are all things that were clearly like experimented on in order to jot it down how they react to one another and things like that.
I'm looking for, obviously, any more of the bile or whatever in this room. I'm also looking for a vial that looks like the vial that we've discovered. So those are high priority things that are on the top of my mind while I'm searching the room. In
I
addition to
believe
anything interesting.
there's no bile in this room.
Okay.
And that particular vial, it seems out of place.
Doesn't seem like it's a matching set to anything in here.
And that's fine. You can do that.
Okay.
The one thing you do as you kind of look around and everybody's just like silently kind of pacing through the room and investigating, you hear some thudding and you hear some commotion from the room next to you.
Shh. I hear something next door, guys.
Mm.
I don't think next door is going to be empty.
Maybe somebody's getting murdered in the act.
Then we might want to go invisible before we enter the next room.
Or Are these windows boarded up? Viva's muted. Let him get to finish what he's doing.
And Terry's using the potty.
Sorry,
I was asking, are these windows boarded up?
got to do /W. Yep. You were asking that. I remember. They are not boarded up.
I would like to make my way over to the window and stick my head out this window and look to see if I can see the other window next door. How far away is it?
According to the map, it would be about 10 to 15.
You guys are there, right?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't move my character. Is it? Can I see the window on the other side? Is it like also open?
He wants to Assassin's Creed this.
Not necessarily. I do.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to answer a couple people at the same time. What is it that you're wanting to do?
I want to send Astrid out the window to look out, to go look next door from the windows. I want her to Peter Pan it.
Okay.
I forgot.
Yeah. So no, the windows are at least like 2 feet wide. They're about 4 feet tall. So you guys, and they're not boarded. Everything's.
Astrid, do you want to go take a look next door from the window rather than us go through the door?
And
Yeah,
then to your question, Astrid, you have been fighting this. You've been kind of fighting this urge to do this
Mm-hmm.
for a while because as soon as you give into like maybe your more natural instinct, this thing that you have, right? It's gonna go batshit crazy because of where you are. But for a second, you kind of say, okay, I'm gonna relax a little bit and let this kind of an intense emotion kind of just drown my body so I can decipher something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And despite everything that's happening around you, you can get the sense of undead, and that makes you're just like your kind of all your hair kind of stand on end.
Yeah.
It is the Hallow spell that alarms you the most, as it seems to be emanating from the room next to you, where you guys
that's-
all heard some kind of noise previously.
Okay. Well, with that information, I will definitely use my boots to, as stealthily as possible, go out the window, kind of stay on the wall, and kind of look into the next over. So like this. No.
Yeah, you hop out the window and you kind of glide over the next window, and you look in, much more kind of luxurious room, pampered, has this draped in red satin everywhere.
Mhm.
Filigree. First, you can't really make out what is in the room, but that sense that this room has this protection. just kind of seems like kind of glow out through the window, and then you
Yeah.
kind of trail down to the next window. And as you are able to gaze into the next window, that's when you see this body on the floor, kind of just writhing,
Ooh,
legs
shit, fuck.
twitching and clicking.
Okay. I don't think I have time to alert everybody else. I'm gonna see if I can open the window.
In general, they're open. These are like kind of
Okay,
more like
so I'm
I
gonna
have
shutters.
my head
go-
out the window watching her.
So you
I'm
just
gonna
see her
go-
kind of just dart into the window without hesitation.
Astrid has gone indoors. We're going next door, guys. Go.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the figure.
And I'll run over there.
Ah, shit, balls.
Well,
I'm just gonna go straight to the figure. I'm not gonna look around or that
All right.
is a terrible idea, but at the same time.
as you rush to the body, you see Nia Ilmich on the floor, just like clutching at her throat, and her skin starts to like become sinking, almost looking like the bark of a tree as it becomes sunken in, and you can start to see like just the strands of muscles in it, and she's like spitting up, and her eyes are wide open as she vomits out this nasty purple bile all over this kind of red and golden rug.
Well, we know what that is.
Are
I'm
we
going
able to
to
make it in?
She's doing
expend-
something. Hold on.
I'm gonna use 5 of my lay on hands pool. When I use 5 points, I can cure the target of 1 disease or neutralize 1 poison affecting.
Okay. All right.
But it has no effect on undead and construct, but because we're in Hollow, I'm assuming that she wouldn't be in here if she was undead. So I'm just gonna
Right.
do that.
No, she is no, as a red wizard, she is not undead. As you lay your hands on her, she begins to kick and twitch and frantically frail about. It's almost difficult for you to keep your hands on her as she moves. The rest of the group kind of busts in the door, and they just see you pinning her down on the ground as she manically kicks, spewing this kind of frothing at the mouth and this bubbling. Seconds later, it starts to reside, and you could just see the panic kind of start to like dissipate in her eyes, and she becomes a little calmer until she's almost at the point of passing out. But she
Okay,
keeps
I'm
her
gonna-
eyes kind of on you. She's not passed out. Just keeps
Okay,
her eyes at the
I'm gonna-
doorway.
kind of, sit her up so she's not still laying down to hopefully she choke, since she's been vomiting. And then I look at the rest of the group and I'll just say, can you look for water?
I will pull out some pure water from my bag since I keep that as components.
Sorry, are we in the
So
room
I'll
now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Liam, check the hallway, see if someone else is trying to get away.
Sure. I'll.
Take your-
And
I'm gonna come down here
I-
and then just do a perception check. See if I see anything.
DM, do you think like if I apply cure wounds or like healing word will help her situation?
I would say there's a possibility it would speed up her ability to kind of regain.
Okay.
I mean, Astrid essentially cured her from the poison effects.
Yeah, I kept her more or less from dying.
Okay.
You certainly like anything you do at this point would kind of revitalize her a little bit. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it
then
would be
I
helpful.
I will do a level 1 healing word.
I say if you do this, even with the level 1, then you guys are gonna have advantage on like any rolls you have for questioning or something like that later.
Yay! So Valen basically murmur he murmurs some spells and basically put his hands on the girl, and then to apply the spells to make her heal, to recover from all the ailments and the discomfort that she was just experiencing.
This, just for my edification, this is the person we, up until like 30 minutes
Judy
ago.
from Bossing Say?
Yeah, this is who we were suspecting was the mastermind a few minutes ago, right?
I don't know. I missed that part.
But that's
Yeah.
the Julius
possibly.
Abasensei character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not nobody or anything. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Phil Mock.
As Liam kind of like rushes down to the hallway, you know, there is a winding staircase that leads, with such a high perception roll, you hear maybe just like the slightest pitter patter of like softly worn leather shoes as they descend through that stairwell. But certainly sound travels pretty far in a stone spiral staircase, and you can't assume that that's going to be anywhere near you at this point. Meanwhile, inside the room, Nia sits up, having kind of been revitalized by Valen. She looks up at you. She just puts her head in her hands and starts to weep.
I do.
Oh,
You're the one who's helping her. Come
I
on.
know. I don't know. I'll offer her. I have a handkerchief. That's not really something I have.
I got a
You
bucket.
just look at the group like, what is she's crying? What do you
just
Grab a curtain off
I-
the window and
very
hand it
bad.
to her.
very good in dangerous situations, very bad in emotion situations.
Wow.
Well,
Pulling out like just
I was like,
looks at
the,
them.
seeing her seeing the girl seeing her reactions, Valen basically trying to calm her down, and then do I need to roll perception, persuasions to calm her down, or like maybe charm?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say, yeah, charm her up a little bit.
Okay.
I throw a
You get
bucket
charm-
into the room to help out.
Oh my god.
There you go. You just hear clunk,
Wait.
clunk,
Throw
clunk.
the bucket
You
out
get,
the
and you're
window.
getting these rolls with, again, like I said, you're getting these rolls with
Where's
advantage.
the? Okay.
Persuasion.
Okay.
It's under your skills.
Persuasion. Yeah. Okay, so that's 30 persuasion. And so basically, again, Valen is Valen basically putting his hand on her shoulder again and start patting her back and saying that you can calm down. You are among friends. Well, you're not among enemies, and you're safe for now.
Valen, you don't understand. I'm beginning to remember.
What do you remember? Tell
I'm
us.
beginning to remember what I did. I remember what I did. What he
What
had me
exactly
do.
did you do?
We are so sorry.
I couldn't help myself. It wasn't up to me. I had no control. I invited him here, and I And I had him drink from this cup. And I watched him. And that almost happened to me. That little bitch, she tried to do it to me too.
Who?
Almost, like,
Oh my!
they didn't put it
It
together.
is not. No! That couldn't be her.
Yes, it
Oh
could be.
no!
Oh,
But like,
Liam sticks his head from inside into the door, going, "Who are we talking about?" And then goes back to looking around the corridor.
I will put a hand up to say, have no one say the word.
God! Like, I'm asking this question out of the game. What was the servant's name?
We never
No,
got it.
nobody.
She didn't give her
Didn't
name.
let us. She
God
didn't let us.
damn it, man! Fuck!
Yep.
No, that's why it's a great thing. This is wonderful.
I started calling her
Okay.
nobody, like Odysseus.
So then, so basically, Valen asked the question with urgent with sense of urgency. Are you saying that your servant was manipulating you to put all this into motion? She was the mastermind?
It's still so foggy, but what I do remember is I brought Ulmer here. And I cast that, and I put a spell on him. And I told him, bring me the pics. When he delivered it, I fed him. I fed him the poison.
Is Zorn safe? I say from outside the door.
Possibly
What?
not.
I've been
Zorn?
technically, yeah. Zorn is like, can we tell Zorn?
Don't tell Zorn. If you tell Zorn, I'm dead.
It's because of what you did. You fear that he might take your life for it.
Why wouldn't he? I don't know what's going on. Like I
Well,
said,
whatever it is going to happen, minimum, we need to keep you safe. That's our first priority, first and foremost priority. Wouldn't everybody agree?
Yes. Well, second party. First, we need to go find her.
Somebody will have.
Well-
I will have to insist. Somebody will have to stay behind with her, just so that we don't run with the risk of something ever happen to her again.
Liam, come here. See if there's another spell lingering on her or a curse, please. I will dispel it if it's there, but please check.
Okay. I'll come back in, close the door, and then I'll start casting Identify. It'll take 10 minutes.
While he does that, can I do just like a quick like look around the room? Specifically, I want to look for any sort of weapons, and I think like anything that is of dagger quality that might be black. A blade.
so you're gonna do investigation check,
I'll assist her. So she.
and then and then I'm sorry, Liam. You said you're doing identify
Yeah, they want me to identify on her so that I'll
on her.
to see if she has
Okay.
a spell effects on her.
Something else, like no other like triggers or dead man switches or
Yeah,
dead
I
man.
got it.
I'm explaining to Viva.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I
So
got it.
yeah. So you do a thorough investigation. That's there. You leave essentially no stone unturned. The biggest pause you have is this most recently delivered platter that had some some cuts of meat and a spilled glass of liquid.
Okay.
There's no indication of any weapons, and and then I think you see maybe the first tiny droplets of not her bile, but more likely Ulrich's,
Oh,
as
so
it
like,
kind of checks out that
yeah.
he was fed the poison here first.
Any tar?
There is no tar.
Okay.
Is this room you're saying affected by the hollow spell right now?
Yes.
And she said that she had Umric bring the Pix here. Does that mean that the Pix is here right now, in this room?
Well, she just did a pretty thorough investigation. It's not here.
Oh, I was trying to put 2 and 2 together. Sorry.
Yeah, no. And then you're doing an identify on her.
Yeah.
So. What's that?
Sorry, I'll put it in the chat. Identify. There you are.
You see remnants and traces of modified memory, as well as yeah, no. You see that modified memory, and it seems to have lingered. It's
So it's like a waning kind of situation.
I would say it's like a well-worn path that, like in a grass field.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then she's done this many, many times.
Yeah.
Where
I think,
she's
I think I think it's coming off.
Very
but-
modified.
I can do an Arcana check. Would Dispel Magic or Dispel Curse help in this situation, Viva? So I don't want to like overthink this one, so you have good momentum.
Do me a favor, just talk amongst yourselves while I figure. I feel like I read something.
Gotcha.
Okay, so we know she's been modified memory. It looks like most of it's coming off. It looks like she's going to come off of it on our own end, but if we want to speed it up, we could. I don't know what it is. We know.
This is why we didn't notice her. It wasn't because we are not good people. It's because she is not what she claimed to be. She manipulated us pointedly. Perhaps.
Are you gonna say detect magic?
No, he already did that. I have just.
Detect magic's a different thing.
He did
I did
identify. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Ignore me.
I can do a detect magic too.
Nope. Don't. I just asked a question.
Whether or not she has a right to do this towards such people, I am not even going down that road at this exact time, because I agree with this lowlander and her choices. However, framing those and murdering those who seem to not have been evil, that is where the problem lies. If it's only her, that is the question. Just her? Are there others? The kitchen is a very powerful place to send poisons, after all.
I still not sure what Zorn was off to in a huff, but a lot of the
I assume he was preparing for the delegation that's literally supposed to be here soon.
Well, he also seemed like he wanted to go kill Tidit, but
Well,
but
he's not gonna find him.
right, I don't know where he is. But regardless, he still might be our best safe ally in a space full of not good and bad options. Right, because I don't know if we still trust. Motherfuck, what's their name? Sorry, gotta go back at one. Who Val just spoke with.
We don't trust anyone.
I said that. Toss.
That's just his motto since he's entered this castle into this keep.
He's their best, worst
he just
option.
repeats that constantly.
We're not getting out of here unless someone is, in charge, or we try to murder our way out, and that, unfortunately, is probably the scariest option, is making all of them our enemies instead of aligning ourselves with one of them. So we have to pick somebody to be the better option in this situation. And if we try to accomplish our original goal, which is to ally ourselves with in this terrible situation with some of the Wizards of Thay, then we should do that. But that means we need to remove those that are either trying to do a power struggle or are on the side of the Cult of the Dragon while we are here, right? So we need to make sure we pick the right side on the two sides that are bad.
There's a reason why I have not took out the mall yet. I agree.
I appreciate that. I'm just reiterating it. Zor, as unfortunate as it is probably our best option in my opinion.
I didn't activate the holy item. That should show my restraint in this.
It did. So, based on her information right now, I feel like this room has way more options of proof, and her immediate actually this would work to our advantage. Vommel, can you cast sending to?
No.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately, that was not meant to be directed at. My frustration is not aimed at you currently.
That's fine. All right. So then we need to get.
So just a quick update.
I can try to go
one of the other,
and you guys can all stay here.
One of the other things that you detected with your identify was something called Nystol's Magic Aura.
Magic Aura? Okay.
Okay.
How do you spell Nystol?
I'll put it in the chat because I have it.
Exactly how it sounds. No, I'm just
You
kidding.
can just do Magic Aura, but
Nothing.
It's a spell that I have. Just do Magic Aura. So what that one would do is you can make a spell detection either appear mute or different than the one that we see. So there is, if I still detect that, then it's masking something. It's a mask. That was mask is a good word here. It was the one we were going to use for.
I want to spell magic.
Does spell magic work on everything on her? Or do you have to use it as a targeted effect?
Should be targeted.
Oh no.
Are you keeping secrets from me?
I'm keeping secrets from the character that we're sitting in front of. I don't want to tell her that we had a mask.
Oh. Anyways,
now
knowing that, Vammel, you can go ahead and do what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I will cast a spell magic.
At what level?
Because I don't trust anyone here. I'll cast that at level 5.
Can you describe it?
Yes, I can. Thank you. Hey, role playing's why I'm here.
I love
Yeah.
it.
All right. So when he dispels magic, it's if you would see magic as the fabric and lifeblood of the world, like everything has a suffused magic. In a way, magic is a soul to him. It's the exact same definition. When he does it, it's like clearing away fog. His hands go like this, and he literally kind of grabs the air above her head and starts ripping it. And there's that feel of cold, cool clarity. It's like the moment after a rainstorm when you breathe in, there's still that smell of ozone and purity, and this that like you take a breath and you feel at peace. This is what happens as he's at least shearing, and you see his fingernails turn blue, and all the markings along his forearms start lighting up, and he just rips as he's removing a veil from her eyes. And of course, he's chanting quietly in Draconic, basically becoming a conduit for his god.
As this kind of just rips, this astral plane rips in above her, psyche, she just reels in horror as the memories start flooding in. And she just starts screaming, Tara, how could you? How could you?
Who was the name? We missed that.
Who?
Tarek.
There.
Why is that name familiar?
One of the
It's Toss, Tarek.
Oh.
I am
Oh.
sorry, child, for not warning you. I did not know it was behind that. I'm sorry.
So Toss did this to her. Is the story about the girl true?
Are you asking in game
In game.
to her? You asking her?
Yes.
Oh, that little bitch is in on it.
All right. So we know.
She's his true right hand.
All right.
Actually not the stupidest thing. Pretty smart.
Now we know.
He like puts one giant comforting hand on her, which probably takes up her entire back as he tries to soothe the girl.
Good.
You don't understand. He set a trap. He set a trap for the entire world. And it detonates. And she looks out the window and she can see the rising sun.
Oh.
It detonates soon.
Where
Oh my God. He's gonna ambush the whole gathering.
Yep.
Val, what did he say to you again
he
when you met with him?
he asked me to tell the delegation what we had found so far.
because that's where the explosion will be. That's the trigger. It looks like you're guilty.
You spoke with him?
Yeah, he asked.
We've been reporting back to him the whole time.
No, not Tarek.
Wait.
It's only Val met with him. He met with him about
You
an hour
should-
ago.
I'd be wary ever speaking to that serpent.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I got confused.
No, you're good. Can I look at my brother?
I need you to roll for look.
I know. I'm trying to think if it's an
One or
investigation.
higher.
If it,
One or higher.
All right.
It's gonna be easy roll.
I see Liam looking at me weirdly, and I'm just.
Yeah, you do look at him.
In the past, and we've discussed this a little bit, and we beat around the bush on it. The sigils around his eyes, or his eye. Does it look different? Is it acting different? If I'm looking at him, is there anything that would tell me that there's something off? If I can do an Arcana or investigation check. Anything that would have been like it was like something was tampered with.
Oh.
We tried to spell magic on him before and it failed. and but it was something related to his eye. But so I've been trying to keep an eye, ironically, trying to keep an eye on his eye. Is there anything going on with it now?
Yeah, no, his eye seems fine.
Doesn't have any flaring, or it doesn't look like it's doing anything.
You fart on your pillow? You're at risk of pink eye? No, I think he's all right.
Somebody is like going around in the middle of the night, like poking people in the eye or farting on pillows.
Yeah. I mean,
It's the
maybe
real
Darth
trap.
comes out. You know, actually, you did stumble onto something.
It is 100%.
He did stumble onto
Honestly,
he
Garth
just
has
farted onto
been
something.
Just crop dusts the entire team and then goes back into the hammer.
Yeah, that should have been a running thing the whole time. You guys all wake up with
roll for Constitution
just
check.
crust in your eyes. Like, what the fuck is happening?
I'm immune to wait. I am immune to disease, though.
By the way,
there's disease, and then there's
as
Garth.
far as I know, I never had pink eye until I had kids. Those disgusting,
Seems about right.
gross little bastards.
Yeah.
Can't second that. I didn't get it, but oh my god, is it gross?
It is.
You
I got
get
it.
it as kids?
I got it.
I don't remember, but I got it as a new parent.
Be gross.
All right.
Shit.
So we need to go. You have to go save the vampire.
These windows in this room, do they look out over the
well, vampire's not gonna be outside.
the courtyard?
Yeah. So they would look over
South facing.
Yeah, so they would. So if you looked out from where you're at,
like
if you could barely see the entrance to the keep, and if you look to the right, you could see down to where the kitchen was.
Can I do that and just kind of scan as much as I can see? Like, is the delegation in the courtyard? Do I see people moving in and out of the kitchen still?
Okay.
Kind of like, what does like the level of hustle and bustle look like?
Right. I try not to do tropes, but here it is. You look out the window, and as you scan the courtyard, you see like all this. Yeah. you see all these like people converging into the courtyard, and you just hear like this beating of these drums, boom, 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 and you can kind of see that they start opening up the giant gates.
I'll turn around and be like, we gotta go.
All right, I'm gonna go find Zorn. You guys.
It's Dawn. What do you think he's going to be?
I think he's gonna go. He said he was gonna go.
He'll be inside.
He said he's gonna go meet them.
So the Great Hall.
We need to go to the Great Hall.
Can you tell? I will turn to our poor Judy. I will never get her name right. She is Judy.
Yep.
Can you tell us more about the trap? Is it magical? Is it physical? What is going to happen? How can we stop it?
Also, is there a soft bed in the corner of the room?
Of this room that you guys are all in?
Yes.
Yeah, a very luxurious bed.
Woof.
Don't bump him out. You gently place him on that asshole.
Well, I would, but I gotta like let it out and then bring him out.
Vamo, I imagine, is furious.
Val just like walks over and like decks Liam in the side of the head, like in like the
we're gonna
comic
leave him here, right?
You idiot.
Literally, that is what I say in game. Literally, God damn it, y'all. And I'm gonna take Ilmock. I'm gonna like literally like, because she's a pretty tiny lady from what I'm understanding. I'm just gonna like grab her and do like piggyback and like start headed towards the door.
No. Leave her here.
So you hop on her back and she immediately crumbles.
No, other way around.
the reason why I'm doing this, leave them in this room. I'll arcane lock the door.
What about the windows?
Hope they. I mean, let's hope they're not going to use the windows. If they're going to be able to go through the windows, they're going to get through the door. But at least we can lock the door.
Answer my question.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. He's gonna use the picks, and I don't understand why. If he detonates the picks, he'll regenerate within 10 days.
The delegation wouldn't.
He's not from the plane.
No, liches regenerate. They have phylacteries.
He's not a lich, is he?
You guys don't necessarily know, but she's letting you know. I don't believe you know that much about.
You said it last session.
Oh yeah, no, like
the lich.
yeah, no. Okay, so Thune is a lich, but but she's confirming right now he will like she's essentially saying you can take her word on it.
Okay.
How big is the blast is this going to be?
Too
30
large.
feet.
How much?
30 feet.
30?
I mean, enough
Make
to
it
take out.
300. Make it 300.
Okay, 300 feet.
Why would you make it?
David!
David, why?
Enough to wipe out.
Yeah, it wipes out the whole building. We can't.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that's probably
Isn't that
what we
the
were going
idea?
for.
It's not going to be like.
If it's part of the
A little
room or if it's
like-
part of the building, there's a difference. It's a huge factor of difference.
I do know the range. I wasn't guessing. She was guessing.
If we were to, well, so if she was to come with us, like, would you have enough arcane knowledge to know what we would need to do?
I don't know how to stop this. Everything's in motion. They're here, and I don't know who has the picks.
Figured out this much, we'll be able to figure it out.
She just gives the paladin a look. Oh,
I don't-
Bahamut, guide us.
Know who has the picks, and I don't understand the intentions behind this. I was a tool to get us to this point, to draw
one that-
Let her finish. Let her finish.
Sorry.
to draw him here, to draw you here.
Mm.
I don't know.
Wasn't he the one that we had the discussion with where he didn't agree with us coming, correct? That was him.
He certainly no, he certainly said he wasn't happy that you were here, but I recall him advocating for you guys to come before the murders. No, I remember distinctly he advocated that a delegation from the Sword Coast come. And when you arrived, you stood on the other side of that argument.
He may have been manipulated as well.
He's with the cultists. Think of how easy it is. Everybody in the same room that all agreed to this, partnership. Us, which obviously they hate us. I'm just going to go out on a limb on that one. And then the people that have been murdered so far, plus probably the people they had to get permission from, aka the next tier of, ruling, who are coming here to figure out what's going on. That would basically eliminate any chance of us preventing them from doing anything further, to prevent them from getting all the things that they need together to revive.
Let's certainly stop any allegiance or an alliance between the Fae and the Sword Coast.
This is very much a two birds, one stone situation for them.
If you all were made to look like you attacked the Wizards of Thay the first time they've ever opened their doors to outsiders, it would start a second war. The Sword Coast would be stretched between the Red Wizards of Thay and the cultists, and
There's no way they could divide their forces and not be crushed by one or the other.
Regardless, the key thing here is we gotta stop that picture from going off. We gotta find who has it.
Correct.
How can we sense it? Let's think about this. It's magical, yes?
Yes.
Would it be deemed a thing of evil or good?
I think neither.
I think it's very much a tool.
I'm
Like,
trying to.
It should give off divination magic, I would imagine, if it's a hollow spell based thing, right?
I thought Hollow was the thing that was protecting
Oh,
Yes.
itself.
so what? Okay, it was preventing divination magic.
It does, yes. It
yeah,
prevents.
so if it was preventing divination magic, all right, I have two ideas here. One idea would be if we knew what type of magic it gave off, but the other option would be that would work. If
Three
we
words later.
if we had, for those of us that have divination magic, if you have divination up and it goes off,
We look for the null zone.
yep, you look for the void.
you guys start to hear like these giant beatings of the drums.
Detect magic lasts for
And-
10 minutes, so I'll start casting it now.
And she says, we have to make it downstairs. It's happening
Let's
now.
head towards the
Then
Great Hall.
I won't
Be
cast it
close
now.
there.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I mean, it's if the Great Hall is where everybody's meeting, it has to be in the general hall.
What does it look like? And so you don't know. Maybe Zorn does.
Oh,
Y'all
wait,
saw it, didn't you?
Look, I'm gonna stay back. I'm going to, I'm gonna leave the two of them in this room, and I'm gonna cast Arcane Lock on the door. Okay, and I'll be right there.
Do you want help? Solo and
Soloing what?
Stain.
It won't take me that long. Go.
Go.
Arcane Lock doesn't take that long to cast. Like, it's an action.
I'm gonna say,
Okay.
do we abandon stealth at this point?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Let's just go. I mean, Aster's just gonna start booking it down
Mm-hmm.
this stairwell.
Me too.
Thump, thump, thump. Do I have any divination magic I can put up to see what goes off or anything to help? Good God. Side note, I love this thing. It has gone from like confusing to oh my God, amazing.
I have a very crazy idea.
This is the time for crazy ideas.
Do you think it's gonna help if I put everybody into my tiny hut?
Nope.
Your tiny hut doesn't move.
And it takes 10 minutes to cast or something like that.
But it probably wouldn't fit every want to not.
What are you gonna do with it? Explain.
Oh, he was gonna put the two people, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, whoever we want to protect, we can put him into the hut, because the hut basically it's kind of like a dimension in between realities, right?
No, it is literally a barrier. You have like a force field that certain people can pass
Okay,
through and others.
Higher level versions of it can be a different dimension, but this one is not.
Then in my ideas, then you know, one additional barrier is better than nothing, right? So we can, whoever we want to keep it alive from this ordeal. After the ordeal, we can just toss them into the hut and see how it goes, right? Hello?
That would, I mean, that would work. Sorry, I was thinking.
It's not a
That
bad.
would work.
Well,
As long
whatever I
as-
need to roll, I'll roll for it. But that's, I mean, given the situation, given how much time we don't have,
Oh, it's like, man.
I mean, I guess it's, do we do,
Everyone's gonna be down there.
I know this is why the hut, I can cast a hut and put everybody into the hut and see.
I already cast Arcane Lock. The door's locked on them. There is a password.
Save your spell slot like they were gonna need something else. It's a
Yep.
good idea, but if you have any divination magic that you have like true sight or anything you can put
Detect
up,
magic would work. You have detect,
Detect
magic, or
Okay, let me double.
you gotta
double
go on
check.
all of them and you look at the school that it's in.
but we need to book it. So in character, we need to move.
Yeah, we are moving.
All right. You guys take the
Express route.
I'm gonna say you guys actually
I'm happy to Kool-Aid man as necessary.
The only thing,
let me just make
the
sure
only
that
thing
you
I
guys
have that can either alter or counter a spell is the counter spell.
you guys take the stairways down into the inner ward. As you guys watch as the delegation they come through, you see this kind of billowing figure kind of glide in. He's surrounded by this enormous beast who kind of walks around him as if prowling, dog. And you telling me it all? Okay. Does that work at all?
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh God!
don't
As
want
he as
he's
he
ugly.
flanks him, as he walks through,
Then he's part of the delegation.
he is the brute squad.
Holy cow!
Oh, ugly.
leading the delegation
of course.
is Thune himself. His beast behind him as where did I have that? So he's also trailed by 4 whites behind him. They lead themselves into the keep. Greeted at the door as they enter the keep. As they enter the great hall, they are met by a familiar face. His lowered his bow to his guests, and he raises his eyes to you. Thostarok waves you forward and asks you to enter this room, enter the great hall behind him.
I'm not gonna start a fuss right now. Once we get in the hall, though, I'm gonna try to quietly drink something. I will follow, but once I get to the area, I will pop the mind reading potion, because it is divination. So if it shuts off, I know it's close.
Okay. All right. So as you guys pass him, Liam leading the way, he says, "I hope you're prepared to plead your case."
This is Thune.
This is Thostarok that says that.
Okay.
As you
This is
guys
fair.
enter the room,
Yep.
We do have information. Unfortunately, you may also be in danger. There is a plot against the delegation.
as you guys enter the great hall, you see a familiar figure sitting at the far end. Sorry, let me get everybody on here. You see a familiar figure sitting at the far end on the throne.
You're missing Val's.
Okay. Zorngol resides. He's taken up the mantle of the keep. To his right is the Lich, Umar Thun. Zorngol kind of waves you forward.
Goals.
Delegation from the Sword Coast. Present your case before justice is handed out. Come speak.
Was the
Neil Illich follows suit, and she kind of moves forward with you. Okay, sorry. Moving something. And okay.
as we're all kind of walking forward,
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm listening.
I'm trying to. How? Okay, so those whites. Okay. Can I, like, as everybody walks forward, I want to kind of fall towards the back where I'm not behind Valmul, but I very much want to be like where.
Okay, I guess a marching order would be pretty decent.
Yeah, I want to be.
Who?
Can I ask a question about the room real quick? Where's the door that we came in?
It's here. It's not on the map,
right.
but it's here.
So it's just a door that opens back. Does it close
Yeah.
behind us or anything like that, or what? I assume it does.
No, it's open right now.
Okay.
It's open to the world
Cool.
behind you. My assumption was that Liam was leading. because that's who.
I was last to get to the group, but I will be wherever you want me to be. But I would have caught up to everybody, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So because he whispered in your ears, like he was like you were the first one into the. You're the first one to go in, so he kind of said that to you. So this is why I'm assuming you were in front. But you guys have marching orders at this point, as you guys kind of watch, and these circular symbols here. Those are these giant pillars, right? That kind of reach all the way up to the ceiling. As this stretches all the way up, and then above you can see all the way to the sky, to that ashy red sky. Because above this, of course, is that giant hole that leads through all the way, and you guys had this staircases and everything, or the walkways, and all the floors behind you, ahead of you. So I have Liam up front. Valen, where are you at?
I think I'm behind both Emily and Ben.
So you want a trail?
Because
that what you're saying?
we were all booking down the stair at the time, like the moment.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
said
but then you guys entered the. Okay, so then
We
it kind of
bunched up,
reset
and then
because
we
you guys.
reshuffled. So like I couldn't.
Yeah,
have been
so
first and
so this is how you guys are
Oh, okay.
are entering this room because you guys were rushing. Now this is a new set piece. So
Okay.
so I guess
So in that case,
I mean you don't even have to be in a line. You guys are presenting as like a solid wall here or whatever,
yeah.
or like a V. You guys are the flying V.
Quack.
Quack, quack,
Goose.
quack, 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 quack.
Fucking best movie.
I still watch
right.
it from time to time.
Oh,
Thanks
yeah.
for Disney Plus.
Vamo's going to be in the quote unquote back, mostly so I don't block anybody else.
It's on Disney. Sorry.
It is.
They got
Oh,
they got
dude, my kids have never seen it. That's okay. Nice.
They got the follow-up series.
All right. So as you guys kind of march your way forward, you hear this like labored breathing, and you can see it kind of emanating from Umar Thum.
Wait. Umar. Who? Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. The Lich.
The Lich.
Gotta get used to the new name too.
That's the guy who showed up.
I'm sorry. I had to read. I was like, is it the person who's dead? Never mind. I'm sorry. Continue.
Let's say okay. It's a perception check or an investigation. I would say perception.
Who are you asking?
Everybody?
Whoever's interested.
Oh.
Ow. I think we're all
This is-
interested.
Yeah, I'm just assuming everybody's.
Woo!
Vamo's just
Vamo's
he's just trying to. Yeah, Vamo's just like he's seething,
More
and he
clear
and his eyes are seeing red, and he's not paying attention as he walks in. I would Liam Valen.
Vamo's trying not to use channel divinity for turn on dead. That's what he's trying not to do.
Just restraining
And
himself.
then Astrid is kind of taken aback by like the moment of this as you guys are kind of pulling forward. Valen, you notice that these whites, they don't seem like the ones that were staring off into oblivion up in the at the top of the keep. These ones seemed dagger-eyed, ready to pounce. They seem awake. They seem lethal. Unlike the bumbling idiots that you've kind of run across.
Hey.
The fact that you took offense.
I
Liam, you've noticed that, and you've also seen that bone claw skimmer up the side of one of the pillars. They kind of disappear into the shadow.
Oh, I hate it. Ugh.
You also take note as you guys kind of make your way forward that your brother lags behind. And as he steps forward,
Damn.
The rights repel. And they just like stand back. They shuffle in between the pillars.
Why
the-
do I have a feeling that this is gonna end up like that scene in the Two Towers where Gandalf just walk into the hall?
I think you're recording the wrong scene in Two Towers.
Every time you guys move forward,
They're following us.
No,
No, we're repelling them.
something.
Oh.
the rights seem to repel.
Vamos, is your detect still up?
Yeah, so yes, I popped the.
Wait a second.
Liam, you look around, and there's someone missing from this room. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Woo!
I just had like a moment of realization. Can I? Or is this?
You can do it on your turn.
Ah,
I can
Wait,
see.
why?
I'm dying. I'm imploding.
Is this where we pick up next week?
And good night, everybody. We're gonna go raid on D&D.
Fly to your house and beat you.
Ow.
Ah, joke's on you. I don't have a house, bitch.
Yeah. Okay. And turn. Turn.
You rolled a four.
Turn.
That checks out.
Turn.
Damn it, David.
Turn.
I'm only allowed one gold roll.
Turn.
Shit.
Turn.
Shit.
You know, perfect timing. I have now finished the build.
All right, so it seems. All right, sorry.
What if the boat pieces fell off?
No.
Gotta start over.
I only just realized, Ben, that you didn't have an actual bottle to build it in. You could probably take like the bottle apart. Wait, is it an actual bottle?
No, I built the bottle.
Okay. I was about to say, like, I was like, if it's actually like built into a bottle, then like you can't mess around with it. But you could probably take the bottle apart or like, put the stuff back in it somehow. And I was
Take
like,
it
oh,
apart. You have to be very careful.
yeah. Is it a Lego bottle?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, they're like giant glass pieces, though, right? Like quadrants.
That's cool.
That's the only thing I don't like about it. Like everything else, I wish it was a little different, but whatever. Who cares what I
I care what you think.
Thank you. Thank you.
I mean, I guess I do. I just don't know where that piece went.
Dian, there's
It's
no
Foster's
way
missing.
for us to talk ourselves out of this. Like, I mean, a disaster is about to blow, and we're fighting
You're
here.
missing the trigger. You're missing the trigger.
There was a chance.
Also, we talked
I asked
through
about
this
it, but
entire
like I didn't
place.
get an answer.
Okay, enlighten me. What was the trigger?
Val is flipped. Like always. Like every
Which is why
fucking game.
why I had to check in on him. Like, hey, dude. Hey, man. This is
so much trauma from this game.
Like every that's why I was asking, can I roll identify yet? Nope, okay, cool.
I didn't stop you. I want you to know I did not stop
I know
you.
you didn't, but I couldn't just go off of like it's always him.
Wait,
This always
I don't-
happens.
I-
Like I
I'm-
couldn't go off of like what I thought would have happened. And I was just like, no, that's not what like I can't just metagame it.
wait.
I refused to metagame it, that's what it was.
Confused.
Terry, Val's a bad guy.
it wasn't Hallow.
Really?
So yeah. All right. So Val has the first turn.
Oh no! Did I really roll that well? Oh shit!
Yeah.
I beat
So
him.
you take
Oh fuck!
another couple steps, and you're not running, and you're kind of in
Yeah.
the middle of this,
Yeah.
and
The dice
and
tell us.
that's when a lot of people notice that Umar Thun reacts, and he like stands back on his haunches as he backs up from you. Varix, who had been kind of sulking earlier, just darts across and repels himself from you as well. He draws his weapon. Valen, your turn. Again, his eyes had nothing to do with this.
I understand. I was trying to look for something to look off.
I don't. Wait. So Val is acting against us or against the delegation?
Everyone.
No. I guess Terry, nobody really knows that. They're all cluing in on that. So he's not acting like anything. The only key here that's happening is every time Val moves forward, all the undead move away from him.
Okay.
That's what everybody else is picking up on.
All right.
So
Then
so essentially, Liam noticed that his brother entered last, and every time he followed suit, the undead began to move as if
move
he had a
away from
radius around him.
You were right. It was the two towers, but it's not the two towers where Gandalf enters the room. It's where
No,
the
it's
where
the
the
two towers that
Uruk
become the
runs
bomb.
down the fucking thing and
The
blows up.
That's exactly what I thought.
That's the
Helm
scene
Deep?
it is.
That's the exact scene. Terry's like, it's like the two towers, and he starts like going off on
Not the
Gandalf.
right. You're the wrong side of the movie, buddy.
I got the movie right, but the wrong scene. Fuck.
I'm the
Helm's
Uruk
Deep is
guy.
going down.
I'm gonna die.
Damn it.
I tried to say you got the wrong part of the movie.
All right, so Valen,
Oh my god. I don't even.
Polymorph his ass.
Like T-Rex right away?
No, polymorph him into a bunny.
Oh. Will that work?
Yes.
Let me see. And I can't engage in discussion with him. Right, DM? Like there's no way for me to.
We rolled initiative.
I fucking love it, Terry. I know years and years of us saying, "Hey, we can talk ourselves out of it." This is the one time where a conversation may not work.
Okay,
But
fine.
we certainly
Fine.
we've grown as a group.
Then in that case, I'm
I would
gonna.
say I'll give you a perception check right now because you're asking this question. Just do a little bit of perception check.
Okay. But will that cost my action?
No, he's giving you a free perception check.
Okay.
All right. You're taken aback by the perception. You're looking at Zorngol sitting up amongst the throne, and you start to see like this shock grow on his face as Umar Thun wields back, and you turn and you see your companion walk very slowly through the procession line as everybody seems to part their ways. And you notice that
I just remember one thing.
you notice that
Vale has been to Thang many times before he met us.
I've been to the Fae.
Yeah,
Faye.
Faye. Yeah,
Not-
Faye. Sorry.
Not
Yeah, no.
Faye.
No. So as you kind of turn and look, you see Val. You see Val walk past you dead-eyed. He gives no recognition. He's not looking at anybody in particular.
Okay, then in that case, my first move is gonna try to capture him. I'm gonna cast web on him.
Okay. Go ahead.
So that's my first charge of the day. And
You realize we're all on it, right? Like we're all in that same. You're like in the
You-
bubble with them.
As you cast that, everybody within what's the
I think it's
six
I think it's a 10-foot cube or 20-foot cube.
or it's a 20-foot cube. So let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20. Essentially, all of you are now.
including him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a
You-
saving throw?
Yeah, there's a. I'll pull it up.
It's Dex 15, DC 15 Dex save. Well, it's better than he keep moving around the place. What I want to question him. I need to I want to interrogate him.
Also, anyone around me?
Every time he's been under
gets a
mind
+3
control,
on
he doesn't
save.
have time. He doesn't answer to like interrogation.
Right, Terry. Where's the center point? Is it David?
It's David. Dave. Val at center points for 20 feet, I believe. 20 feet square.
More or less.
I mean, it limits our movement, but it doesn't prevent us from casting spell and those kind of things.
Do
It just
we-
limits
do we
Yes,
our
it
dex
does.
save? Do we dex save on our turn or as it cast?
on your turn. On
Your
your
turn.
turn.
Oh,
Okay, so I'm not. I don't.
Okay, so that's the end of
And
Valen's turn.
I'm gonna use one inspiration on myself just in case.
Okay. Liam.
Well, I'm outside of the web, which
As this realization that your brother's walking through, you just see this cube of web just sprawl up behind you.
all right, Valen, fear of webs, cool. Let's do. I'm gonna hold. Fuck, I don't know what I'm gonna need to do. I'm gonna bonus action start my blade song, and then I'm gonna hold a spell as an action, and I'm going to. Can I say something to Lommel? Is a free action? Can I just call out to him real quick?
Okay.
Vommel, I need you to get his head on straight. All right.
What about that anyway? So yes.
If he
Through
does
the web, all you hear is, "Vamo, I need you to give him head."
No.
And I will hold
Weird
I will
reverberations
hold a
in this.
spell. Actually, I have movement. I can use my movement first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. I'll move here.
I'm going to say that you've taken several.
I would have walked all the way around it.
Right,
And I have
but
40 feet of movement.
what you've walked. So right now, you seem like the enemy of a lot of the peoples, and you just ran through a lot of people, who think you are now attacking them. So this would have been 1, 2. Well, no, I'm not going to say the Bone Claw because he was kind of
He's
tucked up
up.
way up top.
The
Yeah.
Lich wants to take a melee
Lich.
attack against me. That's fine.
The Lich and then the 2 whites
Okay.
as you ran past them. So
That's fine.
just because you look like ambushing and then you all of a sudden kind of ran past everybody, they're shooting. Right.
fine.
So a 13 attack.
Misses.
Okay. And then sorry. None of these are at like advantage, right?
Nope. They're just straight attacks.
Okay.
Misses.
17.
Misses.
Jesus Christ. What is the point of this game?
I have a 21 AC right now. Well, you rolled a 1 on one of them, so it wasn't like that was...
What is the point of this? All right, so you ran past everybody as they're just like striking at you. You're dodging this, and then
Yeah, I started my blade song, so... And I'm holding a spell.
Do you have to say what spell?
I will
When you,
No,
not-
he doesn't.
when you're ready.
I don't believe he needs to.
Okay.
All right.
I will. I am
Bama.
holding specifically. I'll tell you what I'm readying. I am ready.
I don't believe you need to tell me.
Vortex warp is what I'm holding.
Okay, and I counter vortex pour for no reason.
Yeah.
Vamo.
Very, very frustrated. I don't have to move for this, because he's within range. Again, he makes that ripping gesture. I will dispel. I will use the highest level I can. Because I don't know. I will use Dispel Magic as a level 6 spell on the Ranger. So the question is the command spell or whatever the same? I'm targeting the same thing that was targeted on.
It is higher than 6th level. It is in my notes from last week. It is a 7th level spell.
You have to do the roll off. So you have to do with your. It's a spell attack, I guess, against the DC of 17.
10 plus. Okay. All right. Okay. When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 4 or higher, you automatically end spell level equal. Okay, so it's a level spell. Yep.
DC 17.
Just roll a d20, and then on your spells page at the top of it, it says spell attack modifier. It's just that number, so you just add that number. It's like mine's a +6.
Yeah, mine's a +8, so
Yours
yours like
would be
7 or 8.
higher.
Mine's actually a +9, but I'm trying to see if there's anything else I could add to this, like divinity or something. Technically, I add +10 to my hit.
Oh yeah, you could.
That's not a
That's
two.
not on attack though, I think.
Yeah, it's not a 2-hit. It's a DC check.
Asking Viva because it is War God's Blessing, but I am fine with it not being. Gotta try. All right, rolling the d20.
Oh, by 1? Oh.
I honestly thought this was not gonna not happen.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It is an attack, technically.
It's not.
It's not an.
I
considered
disagree
a
with you.
save?
You are not making an attack roll. you are using your spell attack modifier because that's just how the calculation is done, but you are not making an attack roll. Dispel magic is not an attack.
Yeah, it's
Would it be considered
it's like a
saving?
neutral thing. Like
It's an ability.
It's
check.
it's a contested check, is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and spell attack
It's the only way to like describe it.
Yeah, and spell attack is just your modifier plus your proficiency.
It's
which
an
is why
ability check.
So what's
So
War God's
guidance.
rating on it?
It says an ability check, which means the guidance I have
Oh, that works then.
what's your guidance?
D4.
You can't cast 2 spells in the same turn.
One's a concentration spell. The next
You
one's there.
can't cast 2 spells in the same
It's,
turn.
it's.
He's already had it up.
I already had it up, David.
You already had.
It's a concentration spell. So I have it for 1 minute, right? Walking in for an ability. So I have it up. I then cast Dispel Magic. This is an ability check. That's the question.
Yes, it would be ability. This is an ability check. This is an ability check. It's not an attack roll.
That's the only thing I got. If not, it misses.
Okay.
This is
That is a question.
When
because
do
if this was out of game combat, you could stack the two more easily. But because
Yeah.
the situation
when
you
was
have
it that we did this 1 minute?
So when I drank the potion, I said guidance and this. These are the two things I had put up. Potion, it's not a concentration. Guidance, so I can when I do the perception check, my perception sucks. That's why I had that up.
Was this all just now?
Yeah, we walked in the room.
This is before we walked in.
I prepped. That's why we were whispering.
No, I didn't.
Before you walked into this room?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The minute
Okay.
started when we walked into this room. He drank the bottle, and then he would have done that.
I did do that.
Okay, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna say yeah. I didn't know that was happening, and I would say it wouldn't take you a minute to get across this. And so
I'll see what happens.
and so what is it that you did?
I now have a 7, 8, 9, 10. I now have a 19. And I needed a 17. I think.
And he is 17.
I think.
To dispel his
mind fuckery.
All right.
You and your mind fuckery.
Dude, trust me, I am not.
You Valve collapses into the web.
Good.
He's going to be I think he's going to be out for like 2 rounds.
I am casting the spell that I had held.
Okay.
I'm vortex warping him at 3rd level out of the room.
Who?
Val.
Your brother?
You asked. You said I asked when we said. You said the door was open.
Right. So your brother is all I asked. Okay.
So he can go. I can move him from me being the single point of target. I can see him. I am. So you can do 120 feet from me, straight out of the room.
Okay.
I don't know what just happened.
He's trying to get to this thing where he can see outside into the courtyard.
I see.
The great hall open into the
I need
courtyard.
to unclick. Click something else.
I want you guys to just so just move your brother out there.
Yeah. So
And
he's
then-
gonna be. God, it's not the thing. Yeah, it'll be like out there somewhere.
How far? Because I think
I was about. I didn't measure it exactly.
One square is
I think
10
I was.
feet. 10, 15, 20, nope, 10,
This is so
30,
ugly.
40, 50,
Oh my god.
70. I mean, you can make me to this
I
wall.
was about 30 feet from the wall. Yeah, I think that's about where I was. So yeah, just put you there.
All right, there I am.
Holy shit. Well, so no, the size of the floors here is way different, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's-
so I'm based on the scaling at the bottom. It says 1 square is 10 feet versus inside it's 5 feet.
Uh-huh.
So I counted out as far as I could, and it was 90 from.
Well, hold on. Before you do that,
Okay.
before you finish that movement, right? I'm gonna give you guys this opportunity. All right, because it seems only fair. As you begin to
I don't know what
shift,
he has in him.
as you begin to shift, throw your brother in this cyclone out the open doors.
I like to think of it
You
like
you
Doctor
see
Strange.
for the first time Thostarok standing there, having like previously gleefully watched the chaos unfold, and then you just see the realization as his bomb comes like flinging at him.
What?
Alex accidentally just did an alley oop. Well done.
Nice.
So what I'm saying is, how far are you flinging your brother at this point?
I was gonna do. I don't. Do I see? I don't see Vastarok as far as I know.
It's a first off, hold on. It's a point-to-point teleport, so it's not essentially like
Yeah, I'm
Levitt
not,
Okay.
throwing him out the window. It is a point-to-point teleport.
think
Okay.
Doctor Strange.
Another
Like
target.
I go whoop, and he goes and he appears somewhere else.
Gotcha. Okay.
But he can put me wherever he wants me. I am unconscious. I'm just wherever.
Right.
He
So as far as I know, I was gonna go. You're no longer here. You're all the way over there as far as I can reach you. Because I don't know
Okay.
what the blast.
So as you
was.
point, you see Thostarok outside of the door.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
That is your
That was my held action, which was also my reaction.
okay.
I got nothing else. Everyone else is still trapped in that web, though.
Goddamn Bard!
I'm.
I would say so. Now it's Zorn Golstern inside the chamber. You see this room get encompassed in darkness.
Dude, our map is insane. I changed the scale a lot. Sorry.
Yeah. Everybody inside of the room is in darkness now.
Mm,
So stressed I'm warm.
And
I'm actively sweating.
I'm dying. So someday
it's
he'll wake up.
not. I don't know what to do here. Okay,
Welcome to how we feel, Viva.
dude. Not see you going this way. Okay.
I've had that contingency plan since I've gotten Vortex Warp. I wasn't going to use it this way, but I had it.
Action, move, use out here.
Oh my god, what the fuck is this? I'm zooming in. Oh good.
All
We got
the
dumb wraiths,
whites.
right? They're all the dumb ones, right?
No, these are not the dumb ones. These ones were the ones that were in the chamber. Their movement and their action have been spent to now hurtle from the Great Hall into the inner ward.
We've completely moved this fight.
Yeah. Well, the fight has moved. You guys, some of you guys are
Still
what's
trapped.
I'm just here.
Umar Thune's turn. Good lord. How do you plan for this?
Sorry.
Can I just say, well done again?
Yeah, you are a bomb.
And hopefully now David has less issues. I think I've cleared his brain. I'm going to tie you down, and we're going to, like, mind purify you when we're done with this.
Oh,
Good luck.
there's a lot of layers on that.
There are far too many things going on in there.
Umar Thune just walks outside of the door.
we've lost. I don't have the turn order anymore, so I'm sure you're sticking to it. But I
I
can't
do
see
have it.
So I can't see it anymore since we shifted maps. So I'm just telling you.
It's all right. It is now Astrid's turn. She's in the mix of the web, right?
No, she
Yes.
rolled her DC 22 save early, but she had a DC 22 save.
Yeah, just keep that.
But you
on
rolled
her.
a save
You rolled a save to
on
not.
the turn.
on
So
your
I'll
turn.
Say,
Doesn't
I'll,
matter. Whatever. Just keep it.
You
I
rolled
can- I
it,
can-
so you're fine.
well,
Okay.
Who
You rolled
cares?
a deck save. You're good.
okay.
You're never getting that again. It's fine.
That's mostly why I'm like, it was a good one. Keep it.
Keep it.
I mean, it's just like okay. Well, we're in magical darkness, right?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Well, I guess in the darkness you just hear Ashford cursing. And I'm gonna get out of the web and based off my general knowledge of where everyone was standing before everything went dark, I'm gonna head towards
You roll a survival check, please.
yeah. But
Yeah, you should have taken that.
Lost.
Glad you took that deck save.
Lost. So, in the mix of this, you lose heads or tail because the web had kind of like mixed you up. Like at some point you didn't know what was up or down, but as you gain at least gravity, you're not sure if you're facing south, north, east, west, and you kind of preside a little bit, and you feel a pillar, and you know that you're not headed towards the door.
okay. Well, I was actually I was trying to get towards Mock, which means I still went in the incorrect.
You're trying to get towards who?
Yeah, Ilmok.
Oh, Ilmok. Okay. Uh huh.
Isn't Ilma
No, you
not here?
did not.
No,
No, she was there. She was in the web
She
too.
was there.
I thought
She's
we
in the
left her.
web.
I thought we left her in the room with the arcane lock.
She was on the map.
Oh, I thought you
I
left that.
thought we left her, we left that room with two of them in that room, and that's why I cast arcane lock on it, so that they would stay safe in that room because she didn't look like she was able to move.
Okay, my misunderstanding. I thought you guys were bringing her with you, so I put her on the map.
I thought we had to bring her with us so that she could testify.
I thought you guys were gonna use her.
Don't
case.
go based off of what I said. That was my interpretation of what we were going off of, but we were moving quick. So if everyone else thought we were bringing her, then let's do that and move forward.
So
I'm
she was there.
Then we just locked in Tidit in there.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine.
The
Yeah.
guy barely hanging on life. On the
He's not
life.
gonna be able to open that
Locked
door.
him
Just
up.
hope he doesn't find a window.
No tongue.
You're gonna
Blind,
stumble around a
locked in
room, blind with no tongue, and then find the only open windows. Anyways,
Viva. Let us have something nice for once. Come
I
on.
know.
You literally turned one of our party members into a bomb. Come on.
Again.
I know.
This is like the fourth time.
Wait,
You know he can't save.
You know
against
he can't
charm.
roll.
I didn't even
can I
I
ask
He
had
only
the
roll
mess-
when he's evil.
I
Stop
literally
doing it.
had the message of
Wait,
that
can
night
I-
was established like this. Like, are you taking the leadership role? And he's like, yeah,
No,
because
no, no. I
you
didn't
no
say
no
I
no
was taking it. You said,
no
hey,
because
you spoke
no
up.
no no
You
because
do some stuff.
DW said this. He's like, I am investigating elsewhere.
Yep.
I'm
That was
being
where we
stealthy
started
and
off
I'm gone.
already.
Yeah,
That
and
night
so
started. Where it was like, oh, we left it off.
yeah, and then no one else was talking. I was like, shit, man.
So I
Shit, man.
spoke, having
Shit,
no
man.
understanding of what was going to come, and then here we are.
It could be
Yeah.
worse.
Okay. Anyways, all right. Astrid.
Yep. Well, I was gonna head towards where I thought Ilmok was, but
Okay.
that's
Did not happen. All right.
neat.
You hear just this violent pitter patter next to you.
Oh, absolutely not.
And Val's turn.
I'm incapacitated for 2 more rounds.
One
Right?
more round.
Yeah. Stay
After
incapacitated.
this one, it is one more round. He said it was 2 rounds. I had already had my turn last round, so it is this round and the next.
All
Lay
right.
down.
This would be Varric's turn. And so Varric's being the dead centurion who had guarded Esmeralda's Yeth's, it was her personal bodyguard, having been shamed in the past, comes charging out the doors. And again, that's his action. Like we've sent this so far. Essentially, a lot of these people are just trying to reset.
That was the plan. I didn't know when the bomb was going off, so I just took care of it. Though on second thought, we could use a bomb right now.
And the next person on the turn would. So this would be standing next to the Lich would be Varric's. Valen, you are
Okay.
still inside.
I'm still inside in the dark, trapped in the web, right?
You have to roll to make sure if you're not.
Yeah. So let
Can
me
he
roll
dismiss the web from his staff or no?
You could.
I can't. Yet I can burn it. I mean, if I have the spells, I can burn it up. But I would take the.
We'll all take damage.
I know. My hope was to trap you so we can interrogate you to begin with.
Just burn it and then
It's a
be done with the web.
concentration. You can
Yeah, it's a concentration spell. I thought you could.
just drop it.
All right. So does 30 save 25? I'm free. Yay!
You can you can drop it.
Nope, he used dexterity save. He's good. All right. Where are you doing, Valen?
I'm trying. I can see, so I'm gonna go toward the door, right?
Can't see. It's magical darkness.
Oh, magical darkness. Good
It's
thing.
different than just blank darkness.
Wait, hold a minute.
The only people in the web are us. You can drop the web spell. For the love of God.
Fine.
He cartwheels out of it, and then decides to
No
drop
one sees the cartwheel.
it for its own satisfaction.
Fine. I'm gonna use the spider staff to basically to untangle the web.
You guys hear this sound?
It's just dropping.
All right, you do have some movement.
But if I'm in the dark, I wouldn't know if I'm going
Nope.
north or south or east west, right?
Nope.
Survival check.
Yeah, you do a survival check.
Okay. I got +1 survival check. That's terrible.
Yeah, you have no idea.
All right, so I'm just gonna.
Roll a d4. You go north, south, east, or west.
Okay.
Facing.
4.
I don't know.
So you start headed west.
Oh.
All right. This would be Liam's turn.
All right. I know what direction it was. 'Cause I was facing that way. When the darkness took.
You
over.
don't know that the web is gone. Wait, no, you were in front of the web.
Yeah, I was in front of the web.
The web's behind you.
Yeah.
All right. You may be the only one to get out this door.
I don't know. I'm outside.
True.
I will just take my movement to go the direction of the door. That's not my thing. I'll take my movement and come down here. Realize I am standing by fucking everybody.
The first thing you notice, besides the blinding light, even though this is this ashy red, is the smell. Like decaying flesh. And you feel this hand on your chest.
Oh no!
Holy shit!
I didn't leave his attack range.
He didn't. He's not attacking.
Oh,
As
well, I still
Umar
cheese either
Thun.
ways.
Yeah, Umar Thun just and you just notice that he's glaring down at Thastarok. And that's when your eyes start to kind of focus in. The rights surround Thastarok. Umar Thun staring down at him. And he's preventing you from getting it within range of him. You still have your move, like you still have whatever action or whatever.
He did this to our companion. He's the one behind this, and there's another one somewhere. A small one that looks like a girl. It's the only way we've seen her. But our companion should be free of his spell, hopefully, at this point.
At the end of your turn?
If his hand is on me, or like
Yeah,
within,
on your
like
chest.
you know,
No, it's on your chest. Like,
yeah,
like almost like someone like stopped you from like,
yeah.
when you break too hard and they put the
Seatbelt.
dad check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seatbelt check.
I'm trying to decide. I mean, what I was going to do was just bum rush it to my brother, but I can see him right now.
He just slumped at the end of the end.
I mean, yeah, I am ragdolled on in the other side.
All right, I will just hold my action for what I see happens.
All right.
Because I can't. I can make it through here, but it won't be pretty. So I'm just gonna hold my action. I need to stay in vision, so I need to stay outside of the darkness zone. And I said everything I could think of in the
All right.
best I could. So yeah.
Vamal, you're up.
So, still in darkness. I'm not gonna move because that's just going to cause problems. I am going to cast guidance on myself again, just in case. I have a feeling that might come in handy. But he will say, not only have those two manipulated memories, the deaths of several of your people can be laid at their feet. We have proof. We have witnesses. And that's all he will say, because I'm in darkness, and if I move, there will be a fight. Let's just be honest. So, try not to cause more problems. You want to roll like persuasion or something? I can do that.
I don't think persuasion is necessary. I think those kind of things are more necessary when you don't have people on your side. But currently, things are going pretty well for you, right?
I mean, for us, this is going well, but that's a low bar.
You guys just hear this noise. It's almost like the beating of a giant bat's wings.
Oh,
As Zorngol plants himself in between Val and Thastarok. So they said it's true. You brought death upon our doorsteps. I guess this is the part in which you tell us your intentions. This is your chance to monologue. Tell us about how you were the hand that brought the end of the Wizards of Thay. That you brought in the New Age. The Dragon Cultists. That you were the linchpin which brought Tiamat back to this realm. He steps a little bit closer. Explain to everybody how it was glory that you intended. All in the name of that piece of shit, Roth Mordor, you followed. Well, here's a little secret for you. These people who you used to bring about the end of Thay, they're the same ones who got rid of Moth Mordor. In fact, that bumbling idiot inside, still trying to find his way out. He turned him into a badger. Threw him from a sky castle. Why not? That's not it. It was there. They chucked him from the sky castle without even knowing. That Roth Mordor was the chosen one.
Oh my
The
god.
one who was supposed to bring glory to the cultists. That bumbling idiot turning dragons to badgers and chucking red wizards from sky castles.
Oh my god.
It's almost too much that you try to use them again. And you just see him just kind of like raise his head back and throw back in the air as Zorngal slides these blades underneath the rib cage of Thrastarak. Existence is at wheel. Some of us are closer to the center. Some of us are further to the edge. But it repeats itself. This age will not die. That's your hand, as you've been foiled twice by M&A. And then you guys just hear the cartilage and the bones crack as he rips the blades to the sides. Thosrock falls. He turns to you all go tend to your brother. Quick.
I don't say anything, and I just nod and head towards my brother. I'm half keeping an eye out for nobody. Just as a passive perception kind of thing. Just
Okay.
but brother's the priority.
All right. At this point, there is no more darkness. Everybody can kind of gather in the ward.
What did I do? What have I done?
You put a web on everybody.
To be fair, though, you kind of demonstrated why, if he got defeated by someone who casts web on himself, it really hurts. It really brings, shame on him.
Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow, dishonor on your family.
You did it on the backwards.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cow's
Hey, maybe
ass.
the cow is family. You know, with polymorph, you never know.
I checked.
Liam, you get to your brother. You're able to kind of revive him.
Hey, wake up!
I punch whatever the fuck's around me.
I slapped him already, so it's worth it.
You guys both take 2 damage.
I'll take it.
For just so you can slap your brother.
Oh, 100.
Totally worth it.
Right.
Next time it's gonna be, if he wasn't an elf, it would be leg hair check. So
The delegation from the Wet Wizards all turn as they look at M&A, who kind of gathers in the courtyard.
Can I head towards the kitchen?
So what?
Can I head towards the kitchen?
Yeah, sure.
And then I was looking at...
Your mic's breaking up. Sorry, Em.
Oh no, you're good. Sorry, I messed with where it was sitting.
Yep.
Is that better?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, cool. I was looking at my mind link stuff,
Uh-huh.
and it says to use this ability, the creature must be able to see you and must be within 120 feet. Does that mean they can see me, but I don't have to see them?
Right.
So since it's 120 feet, I'm gonna just start using mind link to reach out and see if I can find nobody.
Okay.
And I just head this way because I would assume that she's still trying to be inconspicuous.
You just hear this voice kind of flow through, and she says, "Oh yeah." Mute real quick.
What up?
Well, you certainly fucked this up for me. It wasn't easy to get Thos to turn on his kind, and it wasn't easy to manipulate these adults to do what I wanted. But here we are. I don't know if I've won or if I've lost. But
Why don't you
certainly,
come out and find out?
no, you'll watch your back. You may have never noticed me before, but you'll never notice me again. I'll be seeing you. Toodles.
As she says that, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna yell out like 120 feet, like she's close, and I'm gonna head towards the kitchen. Literally just like bust down the door. I don't know.
Okay. You bust down the door and you see all this like steam and smoke that is like bellowing in there. You see a bunch of like heavy set these like kind of like ogre people that are behind there cooking. You see these kind of female maidens that they've enslaved to this task that are piling on this hideous food onto plates. But what you don't see is anybody of interest in regards to finding nobody. In fact, you find nobody. It's not the nobody. You nobody. Almost nailed it. Fucking almost nailed it. God damn it.
Almost
Almost
had it.
I almost
You had
had
We
it.
had it. We know
Shit,
what
I
you're
was so
going
close.
with.
It was a
but
great, like, almost
It
like
was a
end of the
good- it was
book
a good
closing,
setup.
and
It was a good
like,
setup.
and that was it.
And that little girl's name was Tiamat.
What? Really?
No.
It was Tia. All right.
Yeah. Oh, are you guys looking for Mrs. Mia?
Mia. What's Tiamat spelled backwards? No.
Miata.
The Hyundai Miata? Computing? What happened? Where were we? God damn it, guys. We were doing so well.
Also a Mazda, but it's okay.
It's your fault.
No, like Astra's rage.
I'm like,
just kinda,
I'm just like tearing through my spells, but every single thing I can do, I have to see the person, and I'm so angry.
Yeah.
That's all
No.
help.
As far as you know,
I know.
she was up and went like 120 feet above you, looking down into that courtyard.
Oh,
Yeah.
As
that would make
far
sense.
as-
That's what I would have thought. I would thought she would have been like up and keep somewhere and had it ready.
She might have been a lay low, wait for the dust settle, then out.
As Liam brings his brother forward, you start to see this parting of the ways again. As every undead,
I guess you should. What do you have on you that's causing this? Where's the picks? Well, you should. Do you know where it is?
He's asking.
Yeah, you.
Yes.
yeah, you've been
I
carrying
was
it.
looking-
Yeah, the one that's moving his blanket around under it.
Do I know?
Yeah, at this point you do.
Okay.
Because he's dead. He's lost all spell over you. So now you recall that conversation when he stabbed that gooey, nasty dagger into the desk in front of you, and he laid it out. He said, "Hey, I invite you to make history. It seems as though you're going to be a linchpin into the future. You're going to be not just a footnote, you're going to be a milestone to which I invite you to lay waste to the Sword Coast and to the great Red Wizards of Thay. I've brought you here for one glorious task. See, tomorrow, when they arrive, I invite you to bring the picks in. You're going to walk into that room, noble as you arrogant sword coasters are, and you're going to ignite that room, surely killing your friends, your family. But this is a spark that will ignite the war. The war against the Sword Coast and the Thay that will weaken you both to the true intentions of the glorious cultists as we prepare the rise of Tiamat. So many are going to die for the glory of Tiamat. But you're going to be the linchpin. And I can feel you resisting. I can feel you hating this in the bowels of your soul. This isn't the first time you've been manipulated and taken advantage of, and it's probably not going to be the last. But not strangely, you actually hold hatred for someone much more than me, and you're about to die. That's a fury. If you survive this, that's a fury you should actually get some looked at. You should get some therapy for that. That's dark, man. But here we are. And watch this. And he snapped his fingers while you sat in this meeting. And you moved and you danced and you were puppeteered. But still, you have an anger for something much greater than me. Your story ends here. Tomorrow, before you enter the Great Hall, I'm going to pull you aside. And I'm going to hand you the picks. And you're going to walk into that room and you're going to say, for the glory of the Sword Coast. And you're going to ignite a war that will burn for centuries. I'll be gone. But regardless. It will be fun to watch. And that memory kind of fades out. You find yourself again sitting in the inner ward in front of the rest of this M&A and in front of the delegation.
Oh no.
They look at you as you kind of pull from your cape the picks. Some of them reel in horror. Some of them kind of wonder what's going to happen. Some of them question your intentions. Thune just stares you in the eyes. What's it gonna be? It's me, Umar Thune.
No more serious moments than that.
No.
You haven't heard me
Broke
speak
as
yet?
as soon as he used like the Mickey Mouse voice for the lich.
Oh man. Val looks around. I hope this clears our name and sets the picks on the ground. I hope it doesn't immediately explode.
Immediately
Please
explodes.
don't.
We'll see it on the
And
side.
like steps away from it.
Super swell. No. Wow. want to make it worse. He just nods his head. The entirety of the keep stands around it. And it isn't until Ilmach enters the yard. She's the only one that can pick this up.